Rams basketball is powered by the official voice of the Mt.Vernon Rams, Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. You can also watch Rams basketball with streaming video on WMIXsports.com. Powered by Dale's Harley-Davidson. Rams basketball is also sponsored by Rend Lake College. See how you can save thousands on your education at rlc.edu. The Medicine Shop of Mt.Vernon. Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto. Banterra Bank. Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a Hospital. Raising the Bar. Sarah Staley, your country financial agent. Schmidt Chevrolet of Mt.Vernon. And also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Heartland Accounting. Central Christian Church. And People's National Bank. It's time to join Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski for Mt.Vernon Rams basketball. From the WMIX Sports mobile studios, driven by Ford Square and King City Chrysler, Rams pregame starts now.
And good evening. We welcome you inside Changnon Gymnasium. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside the Mt.Vernon Rams, embroiled in a South 7 Conference showdown tonight against the Carbondale Terriers. Glad to have you with us on WMIX FM Mt.Vernon. We're also online worldwide. Streaming video at WMIXsports.com. You can stay up to date and get into the game at WMIX Sports on Twitter. We're on Facebook as well. Again, Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski. Jeff Crow in the Crow's Nest brings you the video angles on WMIXsports.com. Reese Barnfield and Holly Carroll are back at our Mt.Vernon studio. Good evening once again. The Mt.Vernon Rams are 8-7 on the year, 2-2 in the South 7 Conference. While the Terriers come in with a 10-5 mark, Danny, they are 1-3 in the South 7 Conference. A lone win in the conference against Marion, but they come in winners 5 of their last 6, including, I believe, a third-place trophy at the Carbondale Holiday Tournament. So this is a Terrier team, Danny. Started the year off hot at Quincy. Kind of had some lulls in the season in South 7 play, but since then, in the Carbondale Holiday Tournament and into a win against Highland this past Tuesday, this is a Carbondale team comes in 10-5 with a pretty stellar mark.
It is a Carbondale team playing with a lot of finesse and power right now, and I think a team with a lot of motivation and momentum heading into this game. I think for them coming into this with the 1-3 record in conference, they would like to get to 2-3 on the final leg of the first turn here at Mt.Vernon and Changnon Gym. And it's an exciting team. I think Jim Miller is having a lot of fun this year at 10-5. Winners, as you said, 5 of their last 6. And of course, looking in the next week, they'll be at the Superman Classic down at Metropolis. And the Terriers open up with Paducah Tillman. That'll be an outstanding matchup. But for tonight, I think a very important game, not a do-or-die game for both teams, but a very important game for Mt.Vernon here as well as Carbondale.
Well, an important game indeed. The Rams looking to get back above 500 in the South 7 Conference, looking to get 2 games above 500 overall. This is the Ram team, Dane, that since the Centralia Holiday Tournament has struggled mightily, especially in close games. And they've lost 3 out of the last 4, of course, on buzzer beaters and final shots.
Well, and that's been the thing. And whatever the case may be, teams will go through this every once in a while. And it's hard to understand why or how come or what's going on. Mt.Vernon's been beat just about every way possible. Last second 3-point shot. Last second tip in. Coast to coast for Teatown last week at the shootout in Effingham St. Anthony. So Mt.Vernon's had all this go on. Snake bit. All kinds of things. It's a matter now of Mt.Vernon putting that behind them. And I think tonight, this is not a end of the season kind of game or whatever the case may be. It is an important game for Mt.Vernon because not only Mt.Vernon does get back into this with a win. If you beat Carbondale, you get some much-needed momentum heading into a very difficult and tough Salem tournament next week at the SIT, where no matter which way you go into bracket, whether it's to the left or to the right, the Rams are going to have a very difficult time next week. 3 very tough games at Salem.
3 very tough games. We'll talk about those games when we come back from break. This is Rams pregame from WMIX Sports.
I know you've heard about mortgage rates being all-time lows, but have you done anything about it yet? Hi, I'm Rick Pigg, mortgage lender at Community First Bank. There's never been a better time at buying a home or refinancing an existing mortgage. The sooner you act, the more you save, and we'll be there to help you through every step of the way. For more information, visit us at comfirstbank.net or stop by one of our 5 locations.
Community First Bank with locations in Mt.Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Have you ever stopped to think about how much time we do not have during the day? Hi, Roy Schmidt, Ford dealer at Ford Square and Chrysler dealer at King City Chrysler, Mt.Vernon. How often do you forget to make that phone call for an oil change or to schedule a tune-up? I'm excited to tell you that you can schedule your service appointments online at Ford Square and King City Chrysler. Whether the workday is too chaotic to pick up the phone or basketball practice just won't allow you to stop by, we have you covered. Log on to FordSquare.com or KingCityChrysler.com to schedule your service appointment. Or, if you prefer to hear a friendly voice, feel free to call us anytime. We've made amazing quality service unbelievably easy at Ford Square and King City Chrysler Center, Mt.Vernon. You can count on us. Also, find us on Facebook and Twitter.
What is good sports talk, really? Around these parts, it's the WMIX Saturday Sports Show. Every Saturday morning after the 8 o'clock news. With a vast assortment of interviews and knowledgeable in-studio discussion. It's the most content-driven local sports show on the radio dial. And it's every Saturday morning after the 8 o'clock news. Only on AM 940 and WMIXSports.com. Where you can listen on your computer, smartphone, or any device. It's all made possible by Crossroads Community Hospital. It's more than a hospital. It's what healthcare should be.
This is Joe David Cummins from Community First Bank. You're listening to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome back Changnon Gymnasium. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Rams pregame. Mt.Vernon Rams, Carbondale Terriers getting ready to come up here in just a moment. DC and a big one between these two teams. These two teams met last year in a regional semifinal. The Rams won that one. It was the close of last year's regular season. And tonight, right now, it's for bragging rights in the South 7 Conference.
Well, it's a deal for Mt.Vernon if they'd like to get in this conference race and have a battle. You got to get a win here. Mt.Vernon wants to keep their undefeated record here at home. You look at the Mt.Vernon Rams, of course, I said, with Salem tournament next week. And after that, it's the final leg of the last part of the regular season. Of course, Mt.Vernon is going to try to build that momentum as we go along with regionals being different this year. So, as I said, for Mt.Vernon, this is a case of where Mt.Vernon is not a must-win situation, do-or-die situation, but it's a big game for Mt.Vernon here, no doubt.
Big game indeed. Of course, you can listen to us at WMIXSports.com. You can watch us there as well. And if you're having issues inside the gymnasium listening or watching, you can even come to us and we'll try to fix it while we're on the air. Glad to provide that free service from Withers Broadcasting, of course. Rams basketball, meanwhile, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland. We'll need to talk about them, of course, but need to talk some about that Salem Invitational Tournament, Danny, coming up next week. It'll be run Wednesday through Saturday. The Rams, meanwhile, if you draw your own conclusions, the 5 seed in that tournament and a rough stretch of games from Centralia, actually in the end of the conference schedule of 2012, into Centralia, dropped them from a potential number 2 all the way down to a number 5.
Yeah, and that's the problem when you don't get wins. And with that being the case, Mt.Vernon's got a very difficult draw on Wednesday night against Effingham, a team that we saw a lot at the Centralia Holiday Tournament. It's going to be a difficult game. This game with Carbondale, this game with Effingham, these are very difficult games for any team. And, of course, the Mt.Vernon Rams are going to play some good basketball here tonight.
It's going to take some great basketball. And a kid you think of, Danny, is their leading scorer, Devontavious Payne, and that's one of those you kind of take a look at him, and he may not seem like much watching him warm up there on the floor, but that's a kid that was a nightmare and a thorn in the side many times last year, all 3 times that these two teams met. And many expect him to lead this team to possibly to victory here tonight against Mt.Vernon.
Well, that's what the hope is for Carbondale, and he's had some very big games this year. You're just hoping if you're Mt.Vernon, you're able to not stop him. You hope to contain him, not let him get off, not let him get off early. And I think the key for him is if you're Mt.Vernon, you keep him from getting in a rhythm early. If you do that and make shots and catches for him difficult, then it should be okay.
Well, and speaking of should be okay, we think the Rams are going to be okay. Just had to find some additional ways to find offense and additional ways to try to get ahead by enough to where buzzer beaters aren't a factor. And I think if you're Scott Gambriani, obviously you want to pull your hair out after the way 3 of the last 4 games have gone. You had the Richards game at Centralia, the Alton game at Centralia. You have a Salem win between the 2, but then you have the game with T-Town in which the Rams led by as many as 7-9 throughout that one at St. Anthony. And it's just more of the same. The struggles on the neutral court, the struggles on the away court. You come here at home where you're undefeated and hope that you can right those wrongs before going into Salem next week.
Well, this is one of those deals where, Mt.Vernon can win at home. Now, you're going to have any postseason here? No. You want to definitely defend your home court all year long. Everybody wants to win at home. Not a problem with that. Eventually, Mt.Vernon's going to have to go out and win some road games. They're going to have to do some things away from here to see what goes on. and see what happens. And if you're Mount Vernon, you got to get a win here and hold your court. You got to be very careful here tonight, because that's going to be an issue, because Mount Vernon has to take care of business here on this floor before looking ahead to Salem.
Well, and of course, this is a game not only important in terms of the South 7 Conference, has no bearing on any tournaments with the exception of the IHSA postseason state series. And these two teams would meet in a potential Carbondale regional depending on how those seeds play. So therefore, this is very important in terms of seeding.
Very important. Very important. And every game now from the rest of the way out is a game that everybody will last remember you by. And if Mount Vernon or Carbondale will come out here tonight, lay an egg, get beat really bad, it will stick in people's minds that we're either here or read the score or see it somewhere online or whatever the case may be.
Whatever the case may be that we need to slip out for a quick break. When we come back, we'll dissect this matchup a little bit more. It's the Mt.Vernon Rams and Carbondale Terriers in South 7 Conference action, and it's about 8 minutes away. This is Rams basketball from WMIX Sports.
Startup businesses, and they come in the door, they're pretty green.
Randy Atkinson, owner of Heartland Accounting, on why he is a small business expert.
I have had businesses where I've talked to people in their garage and have grown it to work in 3 states. There's a lot of tremendous opportunity to help people from the very inception of their business, whether it's just talking about what does it take to become successful, what sorts of things do we need to stay legal. I feel very qualified to help people get to where they want to be. I've had that experience and have helped that situation become successful.
Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B.
Announcing Schmidt Ford of Salem, sales lineup. Paula, the Gardner Russell. Jason, the Mini Webb. Steve, the Sleeper Hotsy. Francis Mac McIntosh. Matt, the Hacker Reed. Jill, the Gambler McManus. Rick, Part-Time Bale. Jim, No Pressure Barkus. Dak, the Dealmaker Johnson. And Mike, the Hunter Russell. From our team to your team, Schmidt Ford of Salem wishes all our local sports teams a safe and winning season.
Just how big of a Saluki fan are you? People's National Bank is challenging your fanhood. Show your Saluki colors by opening a Southern Illinois University Saluki free checking account exclusively at People's National Bank. It only takes $100 to open. Your first box of Saluki checks is free, and Visa check card, online banking, and bill pay are free also. Stop by People's National Bank today to find out more. People's National Bank, official home of Saluki checking. Member FDIC, non-usage fees may apply.
Think it's too late to get into spring classes at Wren Lake College? No worries. Walk-in spring registration continues January 2nd through the 11th. Trained academic counselors will make sure you're on the right path, whether you plan to transfer to a 4-year university or head straight into the workforce. With more than 100 degrees and certificate programs available, Wren Lake College offers the education you need without the big university price tag. Call us at 437-5221. That's 437-5321. Or find out which program is right for you at rlc.edu.
Back to Rams basketball, powered by Community First Bank.
And we welcome you back to Changnon Gymnasium, courtesy of Community First Bank of the Heartland. If you're tired of big corporate banking, you have a choice in Jefferson County. Community First Bank is at home in Dix, Ina, Woodlawn, and Mt.Vernon. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside from Changnon Gymnasium. We're in the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. Driven by Ford Square, 1501 Broadway in Mt.Vernon. Schedule your service appointments online at fordsquare.com. And Danny, 10-5 Carbondale Terriers, 8-7 Mt.Vernon Rams. Mt.Vernon, of course, not unlike Carbondale, 2 teams that could have much better records if it just weren't for a couple shots falling the wrong way.
Couple here and there, but of course teams playing good schedules, and I think this is one of the most intriguing matchups in Southern Illinois tonight, with these 2 teams going at it here in the South 7. It's probably one of the better matchups. 2 teams with a lot of momentum, well, Carbondale with a lot of momentum, Mt.Vernon kind of wavering a little bit, but 2 teams have a lot of success this year so far in spots getting to this point.
Well, in spots indeed, and both teams had some success in tournament play early on. Of course, the Rams finished in 3rd at the Pyramid Plus, and I know that's kind of in the middle, but when many expected that team could go the opposite way as far as maybe struggling out of the gate at the Pyramid Plus without an identity, you have a Carbondale team not sure what you're going to get at the beginning of the season. They fared fairly well at that Quincy tournament, their first year in that one, and these 2 teams have kind of come in and have struggled at times, but have looked like teams to beat at times. So who knows what you're going to get here tonight?
No, there's no telling what you're going to get, and I think for both teams, it'll be important to get off to a great start. I think it's going to be important that both teams try to get something going early. They're both looking for momentum. Carbondale's playing a lot. I think if you're Mt.Vernon, you got to take them out of the game early. If they get down the floor a little bit, get Devontavious going up and down as well, it's going to be a long night because Carbondale can bring some length at you off the bench. That's another scary thing about this. So if you're Mount Vernon, you have to be very aware of the pace and momentum. And then what Mount Vernon has to do is play a complete game. You've seen Mount Vernon a couple of times this year in several of their losses not play a complete game. They've kind of slowed it down a little bit, not in an all-out stall, but kind of quit attacking the basket at times, disappear from the offensive end. That has got to go away, and Mount Vernon's got to play a complete 32 minutes in this one.
Well, complete 32 minutes indeed, and that's been the thing, is that oftentimes we feel like we've kind of only seen 30 minutes out of this team, and that's where the buzzer beaters kind of happen. And you take a look at the talent they do have out there on the floor, and it really seems like how Flota goes is how the rest of the team goes, and there have been times this year that that young senior has strapped this team to his back.
Well, Flota can't be the only one to carry. I think you're at this time of year where other guys are going to have to step up. Michael Fieser has to step up. Jake Pike has to step up. They played so many minutes, so much varsity time, they've got to start stepping up. You got to get other players. Braden Fitzgerald's a guy. Played enough varsity minutes. He's a freshman only in name right now. Jaron Lydell, a senior. Got to get after. People coming off the bench that have been playing all year. Got to get after. You're in the time now where you're in the middle of January, basically heading into midwinter tournament time next week. Guys that have played a lot of minutes already, you got to start producing. And this is the time where Scott Gamber and staff will look around, see who's producing, see who's not, go from there and then pick those guys to get in the rotation and start whittling that rotation down as we head into postseason.
Well, and as you head into postseason, always in the back of your mind, of course, is 2013, 2014. So it's not only a chance to audition for the rest of this year, but for some of the younger guys we talked about in the football season, a chance to audition for next year. And we're not saying that the Rams aren't going to make a deep run in the playoffs. We don't mean that at all. But you have to keep that in the back of your mind as a head coach as well, as who can help you next year in addition to who can help you the rest of this year.
Time to audition is running out. Basically, it'll run to next week. You might get a little more run next week in the Salem tournament if you're a player. But after that, it's going to be kind of like Scott Gamber and staff are going to start paring down that rotation to 7-8 guys. And guys may not get as many minutes because you're going to rely on a Flota and you're going to rely on a Pike and you're going to have Fieser. They're going to get more minutes being starters on the floor. So unless something happens like an injury or the flu or anything like that, guys who are fringe rotation guys getting some minutes now that are kind of given the factor, they're not going to get those minutes as they go along.
Not going to get those minutes indeed. And speaking of minutes as we go along, a lot of interesting games going on tonight, especially in the South 7 Conference. We have Carbondale here at Mount Vernon. Marion travels to Cahokia. Althoff is at Centralia. Sparta and Pinckneyville will tip on the Mississippi side of the river to river, as will DuQuoin Nashville. Carterville and Anna Jonesboro on that Mississippi side. But then you flip to the Ohio. You have West Frankfort and Murfreesboro. You have Massac Heron, which leaves by process of elimination Harrisburg off tonight.
Harrisburg is in Tennessee. At the Anthony Penny Hardaway shootout.
At Dyersburg, Tennessee against, I believe, the host Dyer County team, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Harrisburg is. And then Carmine, Fairfield, and BDC play tonight. And you know, we're looking at a lot of interesting matchups throughout the region, which will hopefully leave us with some interesting scoreboard updates throughout the night. They'll be presented by Tony Wilton State Farm Insurance here on the air. And, of course, we appreciate Tony Wilt for bringing our scoreboard updates to you. Don't forget, on the phone or in the office, online at TonyWilt.com, or find that white State Farm Jeep around town, and Tony Wilt will be glad to help you get to a better state with State Farm Insurance.
St. Louis checking in tonight. Say hello to St. Louis, Missouri. Already checking in via listening.
Online or radio? It's possible
radio,
on both.
Moving that way.
You betcha. 50,000 watts of Mt.Vernon Rams basketball. We'll talk more about that here in just a second as we get closer to the top of the 8 o'clock hour. In fact, we're going to get started probably around 7:55. But before we get to your Central Christian Church starting lineups, we'll need to pause to honor America. We'll do that now and hear the Star Spangled Banner. We're going to send it back to the station. This is Rams basketball presented by Community First Bank.
I'm meteorologist Dave Bowers. We'll look at your next round weather. It'll be cloudy up tonight, breezy and unseasonably mild, a low of 49. And then a cloudy, warm day tomorrow with some rain in the afternoon, a high of 58. Tomorrow night, overcast, turning colder, rain, including some hard downpours. Low about 31. So Sunday, we'll have some rain and freezing rain early. Otherwise cloudy and much colder with a high temperature only 35. Next round weather from WMIX, Mt. Vernon, Illinois.
At Banterra, we understand that banking is a relationship. It's a friendly face that knows your name, understands your needs, supports your goals. Banterra offers a complete range of personal and business banking products with competitive rates and loans that range from small projects to multi-million-dollar opportunities. We offer conveniences such as online banking, mobile banking, and direct deposit. For a strong community bank with exceptional customer service, Banterra is a smart choice for your banking needs. Banterra Bank, a proud supporter of Southern Illinois high school sports. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Medicine Shop Pharmacy offers convenience and great service, all for the same cost. Our pharmacy staff is so helpful. They're always ready to answer any questions you may have. You'll never wait hours for your prescription. We'll get you in and out in just minutes. Or, for added convenience, use one of our 2 drive-through windows. For those folks who prefer to stay home, our delivery service will bring the medications to your front door or your workplace. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Black to tell you more.
Home delivery does make us stand out from the crowd. Independents like the Medicine Shop offer home delivery. People find that so convenient, and not just seniors, but also busy professionals. Delivery to work or to their home once they get home in the evenings is just a service that sets us apart from our competition, absolutely.
It's so easy to transfer your prescriptions. All it takes is a phone call from you, and we'll take care of the rest. The Medicine Shop Pharmacy accepts Medco, TRICARE, Express Scripts, and many other 90-day plans. The Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mt.Vernon.
For more scores and insight, follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Now back to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back. Changnon Gymnasium, WMIX, WMIXsports.com. It's Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski. Time to meet your Central Christian Church starting lineups as we get to know the Mt.Vernon Rams and the Carbondale Terriers. First, we'll get to know the Terriers.
Alan Billinger, Jaron Warren, Devontavius Payne, Shamark Bursey, and Elijah Bidinger for Jim Miller's Carbondale Terriers. For the Mt.Vernon Rams, number 3, Jaron Lydell, Braden Fitzgerald, Michael Feeser, Jake Pike, and Trevor Floda for Scott Gamber's Mt.Vernon Rams.
Those lineups presented by Central Christian Church. Log on to thenewcentral.com where you can discover the excitement. Central offers exciting worship experiences packed with energy, relevant teaching, and awesome programming for children and youth. Log on to thenewcentral.com for service times and more information. You can also catch their Friday night and Sunday services online. Pretty cool thing. You can watch their worship services streamed online at thenewcentral.com. Central Christian Church, loving God and loving people. Of course, now it would seem we didn't have to rush through those starting lineups to beat the Mt.Vernon Rams drum line, who does a phenomenal job. We are actually going to let you listen to the Mt.Vernon Rams drum line here tonight as they continue the excitement. It's popular, no doubt about that. The Mt.Vernon Township High School drum line here from Changnon Gymnasium. And, of course, you heard the Central Christian Church starting lineups just a moment ago. Rams basketball is presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. Your community, your choice, your bank. With 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs, Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. We're on Facebook as well, and log on to our beautiful new website, WMIXsports.com, where we have scores, video highlights, archived broadcasts, and so much more, including our broadcast schedule. You want to know where we're going to be, where the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios is going to park next? Log on to WMIXsports.com. It'll be Michael Feeser and Jaron Warren to tip for the Terriers. Rams will go right to left, Terriers left to right. Rams are in their home whites with orange trim. The Terriers in their away black, silver trim, white numerics trimmed in silver. The tip was tipped out of bounds, so we'll redo it at the center circle. Feeser and Warren here from Changnon Gymnasium.
3-tip, 8 minutes. Yep, got to start it over, boys. Did you go to the officials?
Remind me who they are.
Rod the Bod Taylor.
That's a tip.
Mr. Runge, Rick Runge, and Jim Calzin. Now we got to have jump ball number 2. Nope, the center, the jumper got the ball, so it's going to be Mount Vernon basketball off the Carbondale violation. But I think we should have went for a third time.
Might as well. Would have been the charm, so to speak.
Maybe not.
3 seconds have elapsed off the first quarter clock. No score from Mount Vernon. Here come the Rams into the front court. Off of the right wing, it's Feeser. Looking around with a left-hand dribble. Throws to the top for Flota. Back to the left wing, Pike. Here comes Flota around off of a curl screen. Back into the corner. Flota picked up the ball with 7:42 to play in the first. That's timeline. It was Pike. Come back to the right sideline for Lydell. Crossover dribble between the circles. Carbondale starts in man. Coming off the left wing, it's Lydell. Finds Pike now off to the left side with 7:27 to play in the first. Doubling back is Pike in the lane. Lost the basketball. It'll be Bittinger to come away with it across the timeline left. Look over the left side for Devontavious Payne. Looks back up top for Bittinger. Now off to the right we go. Billinger with the basketball. There's Bittinger, Billinger, Payne, Bursey, Warren, among others. For this Terrier lineup, coached by Jim Miller, 10-5 on the year. Payne's going to pull up from 3 unguarded, and he drains it.
Tough matchup because right there he's got the length and height advantage over Lydell. Picked it clean, lefty knocked it down.
It's 6:53 to play in the first. 3-0 Terriers on top in this South 7 Conference showdown. Off to the left arc, it's going to be Lydell inside. Feeser can't go, but the turnaround is good. Got the rim rocker, and it's 3-2. Rams are back within a point.
That's what you got to do. Feeser's got to step up and be big down the stretch the rest of the season from Mount Vernon.
6:30 to play in the opening quarter. Carbondale with a 3-2 lead here at Mount Vernon. We're in the King City. Glad to have you with us from Changnon Gymnasium, the house that FDR built. Off of the right at the wing, stops Payne, throws up to the top, Bursey. Left-hand dribble, trying to work inside. Good move by Bursey, top to bottom, high-low.
Carbondale playing with a lot of energy right now on the road here in the South 7 so far early.
They're looking for a big road win. Crossover dribble by Lydell, stops right wing, deep right wing, looks over to the right arc for Fitzgerald's. Has Pike coming around 10-foot line, throws left wing now for Flota. 6:04 to play in this first quarter, still 5-2. Flota wants it back, wide open, 3 on the way to tie, yep. We're tied at 5. 5:54 mark of the first quarter. Here comes Payne across timeline. Crossover dribble gets back to Bursey up top. 5:49 to go. We'll look for a Ren Lake College player of the game. Still plenty of time left in this one. Ren Lake College, of course, plenty of time to register for classes. Find which degree or certificate program is right for you at rlc.edu. What's this call?
Going to be on Feeser, the hold underneath, I believe.
So Carbondale will trigger to the right of their own bucket off of the baseline. 5:41 to play in the first quarter. Tied at 5. It's quick inbound to Bursey. Off the screen comes Billinger. Throws back into the corner for Bittinger. Right-hand dribble stops. Pops a 17-footer. No good. Back iron. Rebound to the back door to Feeser, and here come the Rams. Running across the timeline, Lydell scoops off to Pike. Up top, throws to Flota. Coming off the fade 3. Going to leave it short out of bounds. Rebound to Carbondale. So a team rebound there for the Terriers at the 5:23 mark of the first, still knotted at 5. Get you some scores throughout the night here on WMIX. Follow us on Twitter to stay up to date throughout the game. We're at WMIX Sports. Bittinger off of the right, stops free throw line, kicks over left wing. Good ball fake there by Billinger to Payne off of the left sideline in front of the Ram bench, and we'll have an illegal screen on Carbondale. That foul will actually be on, I believe, number 23, Elijah Bittinger. That'll be his first, team's first, at the 5:08 mark.
And the toga cage tonight.
Definitely. Toga's all around. Left elbow, Feeser trying to hand off, gives to Fitz. He's off to the left arc, one dribble off of the right hand, pulls up from the free throw line, no good. Rebound up top, will go to Bursey, and he'll punch it up the way for Payne. He's going off the left, good layup.
Watch out. He's off to a start with some energy. He's out to where Mount Vernon did not want him to be right there.
He has 5 in the period. 4:40 to play in the first. Off to the left wing comes Flota. Rams down 2, 7-5. Good scoop to the back door for Feeser. Foul on the way up by Devontavious Payne, and that'll be his first, team second.
Got a little hand on the ball. More hand than ball. That's why the foul was called.
So Feeser will go to the line to try to get points 3 and 4. And to try to tie this up at 7. It's 7-5 Carbondale. 4:34 to play in the first. First free throw is in and out. Yikes.
You just don't. Mount Vernon's only down 2. But you don't get a real confident vibe from Mount Vernon right now to start with.
It's a pressure-filled 2.
It's a
2 that feels like 6.
Yes.
And I don't know how to explain that more than that. You understand me at least, so that makes at least one person.
I understand because it's just body language that's given off right now by Mount Vernon early on.
The psychology not good in the early going. Second free throw good. That puts it back within 1. Feeser 1 and 2 that trip. It's 7-6. CDL up 1. Payne across the timeline left. Fitz to follow. He'll give it off to the left side for Billinger. Up top to Shamark Bursey. Steps to the right off of the elbow. Gives to Beidinger coming around off of the right wing. 7-6 your score. Carbondale looking to extend this first quarter lead with 4:20 to play. Off to the left, that's Devontavious Payne, probably my favorite name to say in the South 7. Off to the right for Shamark Bursey. Back to the Jordan Kelly. Kelly of the Emerald Isle coming off of the right wing to Payne. Deep 3 on the way. Good.
Watch out. And he is feeling it. He is perfect from the field with 8 points.
Dang.
Like I said, you can't let him get off to a good start, and he has got off to a great start.
Off to the left, it's going to be floater wing. 3:50 to play in the first. 10-6 is your Carbondale lead. Rams with the basketball in the front court. They're going right to left. In their home whites, it's Sakari Hawkins into the ballgame with Jaron Lydell, Braden Fitzgerald, Trevor Flota, and Michael Feeser. It's Flota coming off of the far elbow. Gives off to Fitz. He's going to try to find the left wing for Shikari. Fitz with it up top, working against Billinger. Looking for Buddha off of the right wing. That's Shikari Hawkins. Tips it back to Fitz, trying to come around off of a curl to the baseline. Nothing there. Between the circles, he'll throw back off the left. Here comes Lydell, and there's going to be a foul. A reach in.
Yeah, little reach in there by Lydell has got Carbondale to reach. Mount Vernon will trigger the inbound.
3:22 to play in the first. 10-6 is your score. We have fans everywhere.
Love to hear from him.
That we do. 3:22 to play in the first. It's 10-6. Rams atop of Carbondale. Trailing Carbondale. Wishful thinking, probably. It's going to be a lob into Fitz. Right-hand dribble, left of the circle. 3:19 to play in the first quarter. 10-6 your score. Rams moving off to the right, and there was nobody there in that corner at the timeline.
Pressure
out of bounds.
Threw Fitzgerald's off. You can see the pressure up front really in his grill. And Fitzgerald went to his left, came back to the right, just threw a pass. Didn't look, didn't see.
It'll be Billinger to bring across the timeline. Off to the right, it'll be Payne off of the right arc. 3:07 mark of the first. 10-6 your score. Nice move by Kelly inside. And that'll be a blocking foul on Jake Pike, and that'll send Jordan Kelly to the line.
Kelly's a big body. I mean, he is a big young man. Big drink of water.
I think we saw Kelly at the girls game last night.
Yeah, he was there supporting on the Terriers. Didn't help him. Of course, Mount Vernon won. But he might help Carbondale here tonight.
I say the Terriers trying to gain some vengeance on these Rams. The girls tangled last night. The Lady Rams won 56-50. First free throw off the mark left, Kelly. And we will have a timeout, Mount Vernon. A 30-second timeout is presented by the Medicine Shop at Mount Vernon. This year, make a resolution to support your local community and businesses like the Medicine Shop, family owned for more than 30 years. 10-6 your score. Carbondale up to 4. A chance to make it 5 with Kelly at the line shooting the back end. On this 30-second timeout. We have some scores rolling in. We will get you updated.
We can do that. Into 1. DuQuoin over Nashville 18-9. Massac over Heron 13-9. ZR over Cesar-Valera 9-7. Final. Weber Township beats Sandoval tonight 57-28. JB score. It was Mount Vernon over Carbondale 57-49. End of one quarter. Altoff leads Centralia 14-10.
Not sure why my score guy didn't text you on that one. He's been texting me.
I haven't sent one yet. Who knows?
I got you. Kelly knocks down the second. It's 11-6. The Carbondale lead expands to 5. 3:04 to play in this opening quarter. Fitz with it in the backcourt. Right-hand dribble. Cross-court pass now off to the left side for Buddha. Back over to Fitz across the timeline. Nice play in the lane to Feeser to the basket. No. Rebound underneath. Flota tips it away. It'll be recovered by Bursey. Here comes Carbondale in transition across the timeline. They're going to slow it up. Kelly back to Bursey off of the right wing to the top for Payne between the circles. 2:42 to play in the first. Carbondale 11, Mount Vernon 6. Familiar faces and new places. Bank with Ray and Bria, Committee First Bank's new 42nd Street location in Mount Vernon. And welcome back to Personal Banking. Welcome back to a Carbondale miss from three-point land. Billinger took that shot. Fees came away at the rebound. Here's Fitz across the timeline to Flota. Back off the left arc for Pike. Looks around for Flota. Coming off the screen. Works baseline as it tipped out of bounds.
Never got touched. Lost it on the way up. Had it blocked out of bounds. Right on the ball.
Left of the bucket, it'll be Pike to trigger. Rams will come out of a box set into Fitzgerald's off to the right wing. Looking to go back to corner, but has to settle for Feaser. Back over to Flota, trying to split the defense high post. Kicks back up top to Feaser. Off of the right, Fitz will come around, works to the left wing for Flota. At the 2:08 mark of this first quarter, Rams trailing Carbondale 11-6. In case you're just joining us here on WMIX and WMIXsports.com. Right to the circle, it's Fitzgerald's from Hawkins. Looking back left side, had it poked away by Payne, and that'll be an over and back on the Rams.
Right now, Mt.Vernon's very, very tight, very timid. And that will lead to tumult by the end of this one for Mt.Vernon.
Tumultuous indeed, could be. 1:55 to play in the first quarter, 11-6, another Ram turnover. It'll be into the backcourt off of the trigger. This will be Shamark Percy. Into Devontavious Payne. Left wing into the front court, 1:50 to play in the quarter. Works to Dion Woolley, who's in the game, takes it length of the lane, and we're going to have a blocking foul on Jake Pike.
That's 2 on Pike. He slid in, take a couple of charges, and now he's in foul trouble. And that'll send Dion Woolley to the line to shoot 2. Boy, Mt.Vernon right now, you don't have a very comfortable vibe right now with the way they're going about business here in this first quarter.
Feels good, it does not. And here comes the first free throw, good from Dion Woolley. Makes it 12-6. The Terriers are doubling up the Rams here. 1:44 to play. First quarter action from Changnon Gymnasium. South 7 Conference Showdown. 1:44 to go, and the second one is good as well. So Woolley knocks both down. It's 13-6. Carbondale up a touchdown here in the first. In the backcourt, it's going to be Lydell. A little bit of keep away. Tipsy's around off the left wing. Trevor Flota, 1:32 to go in this first quarter. Rams are up 7. Trailing by 7 again. Wishful thinking. We all need to settle down here. Off of the right wing, it's going to be Fitz for 3. Yep.
Got to knock it down. That's a shot he's got to hit when he's going to be left open like that.
So Fitz gets a big 3, brings the Rams back within 4. It's Percy off of the right. Round the arc, goes to Payne near the timeline with 1:06 to go in the first. 13-9 is your Carbondale lead. Off the left wing, coming around, Devontavious Payne worked it all the way and draws a foul. Question will be if he was in the act of shooting when the whistle blew, or when the foul occurred, actually.
Yeah, Lydell's first, team's 4th, and it'll be 2 shots. And again, Carbondale being aggressive, kind of like in the NBA game. When those teams get aggressive and get to the rim, the referees will give the foul and give free throws, and that's what Carbondale's doing right now. Man, Payne is lighting Chagnon up here so far.
9 on the night thus far. He looks for number 10 at the line with 1 minute to play in this first quarter. Second one's in round, and it's good. Rams basketball is presented by Community First Bank with 5 locations in Mt.Vernon, Dixina, and Woodlawn. Community First Bank proud to be the official voice of the Mt.Vernon Rams. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC looking for the backdoor play to Hawkins. Tipped out of bounds. There's a wild pass that came just in front of us. Tipped out of bounds by Hawkins, who tried to corral the pass at the back door. Turnover Rams will be Carbondale basketball.
It's not a very good start. And Mt.Vernon's playing very timid in this one.
With 40 seconds to go, the Terriers across the timeline into the front court. Percy fakes left, throws to Payne up top. Back off to the left. Woolley will come up top to Payne at the circle. Looks back to Woolley, deep left wing with 30 seconds to play in the quarter. 15-9 is your Carbondale lead. Kelly coming around off a backdoor cut. Couldn't find him, and then Carbondale an unforced error as they turn the ball over on a high pass.
Well, what you can do worse, Carbondale can do worse better.
24 seconds to play in this first quarter. Of course, we couldn't do it without the likes of All Stars and Stitches. If you can put a logo on it, All Stars and Stitches can probably print it for your school, company, or organization. They even do apparel. See Big Dave at All Stars and Stitches, just west of Benton High School, or call 435-5555. Float away off to the left wing with 13. But back to Lydell with 10. 15-9 your score. The Rams down 6. Could use a bucket before the end of the quarter. Possession arrow with Carbondale. Lydell to the hoop in the lane. Nope. Rebound underneath will be tipped away to Kelly. He will not get a shot off, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. From Chagnon Gymnasium, it's the Carbondale Terriers 15, the Mt.Vernon Rams 9. This is Rams basketball from WMIX Sports.
Southern Illinois now has a better home for sports. It's the all-new WMIXsports.com. Jam-packed with local scores, video highlights, and archives of every local sports broadcast on WMIX. Did your team win? Missed that game-winning shot last night? Didn't catch your favorite coach on the Saturday sports show? WMIXsports.com is right at your fingertips. On your computer, your smartphone, your tablet, or your video game console. It's the all-new WMIXsports.com. Another free service from Withers Broadcasting.
With 2 new hospitals, trusted physicians, and dedicated staff, it's clear that our local healthcare industry is helping to make our community stronger every day. Hi, I'm Terry Prosize, a commercial lender and healthcare banking specialist at Community First Bank. I'm putting over 20 years of healthcare and business experience to work for our medical community and local businesses. Whether you have an expanding physician practice, an existing business, or hoping to start a new business, I have the financial prescription for you.
Community First Bank with locations in Mt.Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, equal housing.
This is Joanne Joy with Community First Bank. You're listening to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back to Changnon Gymnasium, South 7 Conference Showdown between the Mt.Vernon Rams and the Carbondale Terriers. Terriers will start the second quarter with the basketball up 15-9. And they've looked pretty good, and so has Devontavious Payne, who had 10 in the first quarter. Looking very good. Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Off to the left, it's Woolley off the wing. Comes back near the top, finds Payne. Looks off to the right wing for Billinger. Into the corner for Bursey, back around. Back to the right wing, Billinger in the paint. They have Warren. Can't find him. They're going to have to go Bursey inside the arc. Back to the top for Payne. 7:36 to play in the first half. Carbondale's lead is 15-9, and I think we had 3 in the lane.
Oh.
There's more than 3, so they had to call it.
I didn't think after January 1st you could call that.
Well, you can't wear white after Labor Day, apparently.
Well, I didn't. I know that, but I didn't know you could call 3 seconds.
But when does that restart? At the first of the year?
I guess.
I've always wondered. Into the left, it's going to be Fitz into the front court for the Rams off the Carbondale turnover. Tipped out of bounds by Warren. They're trying to feed Feeser off the left block and couldn't make anything happen. 7:21 to play in the first half. It's 15-9. Fans fired up here at Changnon Gym.
Not happy.
Can't blame them. Understand their plight as a fan. 7:19 to play in the first half. Both sides, I do. 15-9 your score. Terriers on top. A lack of offense in the first 47 seconds of this quarter. As they will throw back left wing. Hawkins to Flota for 3. Missed it backdoor. Rebound. Lydell has it stolen away by Payne. He'll go 1 on 3. Off to the left side. Good move to the hoop. It won't count. Travel by Payne. Turnover Carbondale. And what a beautiful play by Devontavious, but it's all for naught.
It was such a good move, it was illegal. That's a problem.
Get you updated on some scores here in just a moment. 6:59 to play in the first half here for Mt.Vernon. Rams trail Carbondale 15-9. Fits right to the circle, throws over to Flota, looking to come. Charges into the defender, but no call, and the Rams get the basket. Good move by Flota.
Yep, he's got 5. Mr. Consistency for this team, keeping it up.
They're looking inside. Jerron Warren trying for the turnaround. There's some contact there, but he's forced into a travel turnover here on the Terriers. And another big turnover for Carbondale in this second quarter gives the Rams a chance down 15-11 with 6:37 to play in the half.
Well, Carbondale's kind of letting Mt.Vernon hang around, and you hope that Mt.Vernon would catch their bearings here as they move along.
The WMIX Sports Mobile Studios are driven by Ford Square, 1501 Broadway in Mt.Vernon. Schedule your service appointments online at fordsquare.com. Off of the right wing, Feeser. Left wing on the skip pass. Here comes Buda to the left block. Good post up there by Shakari Hawkins.
One of those
Rams
kids,
are back within a deuce.
One of those kids that has to show his skill if he wants some more run as the season goes along.
Bursey looks left wing, 15-13. The Rams are back within a deuce. Off to the left comes Woolley, steps in, throws down low. Bursey waiting for the defense to clear. Missed the shot short. Rebound to Buda. And here come the Rams. It's going to be Lydell across the timeline, right of the circle with 6:02 to go in the half. Here comes Flota to the basket. Nope, backdoor Feeser. Yeah! We're tied. 15-15, 5:52 to play in this first half. Off to the left, they'll throw to the top. Shamark Bursey off a ball screen. Throws back to the left wing. Long 3 for Payne. Left it long. Clank off the back iron. Rebound to the back door. Hawkins got it to Lydell, and here come the Rams still in the back court. Lydell across the timeline. Throws to the right for Hawkins. He has played well tonight. Jeff Lonan listening to us on WMIX FM. We also have video for your enjoyment on WMIXsports.com. Or a 3 on the way from Fitch. Yes! Fitch has a pair of trays tonight. It's 18-15, and the Rams are on a run. And we will have a timeout as we guess. This timeout is presented by the Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mt.Vernon. Eric Black and his staff at the Medicine Shop are proud sponsors of the Mt.Vernon Rams. Altop leads Centralia 28-25 at the half. I know we have some scores from around the area as well on that big, lustrous yellow legal tab. Of course, we know that Massac leads Heron 28-19 at the half, amongst some others. Jacksonville leads Sacred Heart 21-17 at the half, amongst some others in the area.
And we also have DuPont over Nashville at the end of 1-18-9. ZR over Cesar-Valera 9-7. Coralville over Christopher 13-5. Boonville and Indiana 17. Mount Carmel 16. Murfreesboro over West Frankfort 9-3. And Weber Township beat Sandoval tonight in a one-and-done 57-28.
Tony is glad to help your family with all of their insurance needs. Give his office a call. Find him on the web at TonyWilt.com or look for the white State Farm Jeep around town. The red Jeep has evolved into a white one, brand new. Off of the right, intercepted by Fieser down low as they were trying to look into Bursey off of the right block, and another turnover for Carbondale. Let's see if it turns into some Mount.Vernon points. Flota off the top, got it from Lydell, fouled, however. And that will be team foul number 4 on the old Doggies.
Carbondale has yet to score in the quarter.
The Rams will inbound right of the bucket. Trevor Flota will inbound. It is Flota, Fieser, Fitzgerald, Hawkins, and Lydell off the left wing. They're looking down low. Good play. Flota off the inbound. Hacked by Kelly on his way up as they threw to Fitz off the wing. He was looking down low.
Hope it was somebody off the ball, and it wasn't. Kelly, I thought, made a very good block on the play.
What we saw and what was seen are two different things.
But he did have a hand down below on the waist to help him elevate.
So at the line, shooting 2 is Trevor Flota. He makes the first. The lead is now 4. It's 19-15 Rams on top. Rams basketball presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland with 5 Jefferson County branches. A responsive quality service for all of your accounts. Community First Bank would like to be the first to say, welcome back to Personal Banking. Speaking of personal banking, personal bankers, Bria and Debbie Ashby are waiting for you at ComFirst. Free throw is good. It's 20-15. The lead 5 for the Rams as Flota drains a pair of free throws. He has 7 on the night. Good play off to the left. What a play by Alan Billinger to get on the scoring. And it's back within 3. It's 20-17. Good play by Billinger. Grinds with Dillinger, spelled with a B. Off of the right wing. That's going to be Shakari Hawkins. Rams are in the front court, moving right to left. Home whites, orange and black trim. Orange numerics trimmed in black. It's Fieser off of the right wing. Get a backdoor cut out of Flota. Left elbow comes Hawk. Pulls up in the lane. Left it short. Rebound to Kelly. Here come the Terriers. Up the right timeline. It will be Billinger. Between the leg dribble. Throws up to the top. Willie looks off to Kelly inside the arc. Cross court pass to Billinger. 3 to tie. No good. Off the back. Rebound to Hawkins. And we'll have a foul on Kelly.
2 on him. 6 on the Terriers.
4:07 to go in this first half. We're glad to have you with us. Ren Lake College Player of the Game will come your way after this one. Save thousands of dollars on your collegiate education and log on to rlc.edu to see which of their more than 100 degree or certificate programs is right for you. Off of the right wing, it's Fieser. Back to the 10-foot line, Hawkins. Now left side, it's Lydell looking in. Throws to the top for Flota. The Rams are on top 20-17 with 3:50 to play underneath. Off the right block, Fieser works inside, gets the bounce.
Fieser's come to play tonight. Looks very good in the first half.
And he has the Rams up 5. Kelly off to the left arc. Going to dribble it to the wing. With a right hand, not looking comfortable. Bursey off of the baseline. Is going to come inside, trying for the reverse. Leaves it short, rebound to Bursey. Got his own board, put it up, stripped away. It'll be rebounded by Fieser. Up the right side comes Fitz. Nice no looker to the back door for Flota. Layup. No! Thought he was going to get the layup in the end. One off of the nice no-look cross-lane pass from Fitzgerald's to Flota. And Flota goes to the line to shoot 2.
Mt.Vernon forcing the issue, hitting the boards, getting them down the floor. Nice to see.
Follow us on Twitter. We're at WMIX Sports. 7 shy of 600. We'd love to make that happen tonight. Boy, you got some Clinton County nectar there. I am very envious.
Yep.
Yum, yum.
That's what's getting me through this.
Marvin takes care of us, though. We could use a new popcorn machine. Get a hold of Marvin if you'd like to help contribute. Marvin Leathers of the Rams Booster Club.
Those popcorn machines aren't cheap. We got a thing for the junior prom thing tonight, too, by the way, since you mentioned that. Go ahead.
We'll get to that in just a second. 24-17 your score. The Rams up 7 over the Terriers. 3:18 to play in the first half. I told you I'd forget. Tried to write it down, but subsequently left that note back at the station.
Tomorrow night at MPTHS Auditorium at 7 p.m. Comedy Hypnosis show to benefit the junior class prom. Tickets at the door $5, 8 for adults. Advanced 8, the door $10. Get tickets online at www.mppts.com. hypno-tickets.com.
Come tomorrow night, pay the higher price, and let the money go back to the kids.
Exactly. Let it go back to the children and get that prom going, man.
Show up at the auditorium for entertainment tomorrow night with some comedy hypnosis. Easy for me to say.
Right. That's all you got to do.
Yum. 24-17. It was a foul on Warren, who went up off of the left side trying to get the bucket. The foul was actually on Shakari Hawkins, his first team sixth. And now at the line shooting two, of course, is Jerron Warren. Makes the first.
Carbondale been shut down. One field goal. And then, of course, the point from the free throw line here.
At the line is Warren. He makes the second. Chaos Cage, Toga night against the Carbondale Terriers, who are within 5 of the Rams with 3:12 to play in the first half. Right across the timeline, Lydell looks off to the right side between a leg dribble up top, throws off to Clayton Reeves, who checks it. Reeves, Clayton, Flota, Fitzgerald, Lydell, and Hawkins for the Rams. Off to the right, off the turnaround, Fitzgerald, it's thrown away. Kelly intercepts across the timeline. Here come the Terriers, almost had his pocket picked by Lydell, picked it up in time. Woolley up top, stops left elbow, throws back to the right wing. Looking in, Bursey throws to the top. Kelly, free throw line jumper, well off the mark, and the rebound will be tipped to Fitz. Splits the defense, using the speed, coming up the right side. Beating Bursey back, throws up the shot. Yeah! Oh, yeah! And there is Fitz going to the line for the and one.
Football strength there, that's for sure. Football strength, and Fitzgerald gets to the line. And now Mt.Vernon extending the lead here nicely.
How about that freshman? Free throw left short, however, so it's an and nothing, but he got the crucial layup. Rams are up 7, 26-19, 2:30 to play in the first half. Off of the right, it's Kelly looking in off of Warren, and he's bumped.
Yeah, you can see it. Reeves got a chuck in on him. Below on the waist. Hands were up, didn't lean, but then Reeves chucked on the bottom.
Of course, tickets for the 2013 Mt.Vernon Township High School Hall of Fame dinner are now on sale. It'll be held right here in the gym at February 16th. Begins at 6:30. Tickets for the Hall of Fame dinner are $20 each. Find them at One Stop Flooring America at 318 South 10th in Mt.Vernon, or email mbthshof@yahoo.com. That's $20 tickets for the Hall of Fame dinner on Saturday, February the 16th. 2:28 to go in the first half. It's 26-20. The Terriers are back within 6 with Warren at the line. Made his first, but will make the second as well.
Pretty good at the line. Good form.
Don't foul him later. 2:27 if you have to. Foul anybody, of course. 2:23 to go in the first half. 26-21. The Rams lead is now 5. Reeves with it between the circles. Looks off to the right wing for Fitzgerald. Underneath. Here comes Hawkins. Turnaround lane. No good. Left it short. Rebound to Kelly. Not Kennedy. Wrong Irish name. Off the left side will be Billinger. Up to the top for Bursey with 2:05 to play in the half. Coming around outside the paint. Throws to the right side for Kelly. Now left wing. Woolley thought about it. Fakes. Goes to the top. Billinger now to Kelly. Swung around. Here comes Bursey. Looked like he got away with a walk, but left it short on the layup. And the rebound's tipped out. It'll belong to Seedale.
Well, definitely walked. But the only thing with Bursey is when he gets to the rim, doesn't get enough lift with what he wants to do.
And now Billinger, left of the hoop, will inbound to Shamark Bursey. The important thing is they're giving Payne a rest here in this first half. He's been the difference in this ball game for the Dogs. He had 10. Coming off to the left, Billinger trying to go baseline. It's shut off. Looks left wing. Woolley up top. Shamark Bursey wants a three. No. Rebound will be tipped inside. Woolley comes away with it, leans in, but walks.
Yep.
Good pickup by the left side official, Rod Taylor.
Good call. Definitely a travel. And Mt.Vernon maintains his 5-point lead.
And it was hard to deny the obviousness of that one. That was some good peepers. Some Apollo scores trickling in. We'll visit a scoreboard update in our Second Chance Auto halftime show, as well as your Heartland Accounting halftime stats. 1:20 to play in the first half. 26-21 is your Ram lead. Off the left side, Hawkins with the basketball. They call him Buddha. Off to the right wing, the senior Clayton Reeves throws to the top for Flota. Back to Reeves. Thought about it. He's going to cut baseline. Layup's not going to be good. Came a little strong. Was undercut underneath. Carbondale with the rebound with 1:02 to go in the half. Everything looked good, but just left it a little long after the contact as Warren's going to be fouled on his way up. And
for some reason, Warren gets in there and does what he wants.
Does what he wants. He gets the benefit of the foul call because he's able to draw the contact. Yep. Very high basketball IQ from Jerron Warren. Community First Bank of the Heartland, proud to sponsor the Mt.Vernon Rams and all of high school basketball from WMIX Sports. Don't forget our friend Sharon. Of course, she's one of the tellers at China location, one of the 5 in Jefferson County. Community First Bank of the Heartland welcomes you back to personal banking. Member FDIC. 56.1 seconds to go. Surprisingly, Warren missed the first. He'll have another. Trying to bring it back within 4 at the 56.3 second mark of this first half. And it's no good. Left it short. Reeves with the rebound. Skies for the defensive board. Here comes Lydell. Left of the circle. Crosses it down central now across that timeline with 50 seconds. Left-hand dribble comes. Wing. Throws back to the right sideline. Coming around was Hawkins. He's going to direct traffic. 42 seconds to play in this first half. And the Rams are up 26-21 after ending the first quarter trailing 15-9. They have outscored Carbondale 17-6 here in the second quarter. Inside the 30-second mark, it'll be Hawkins in the corner near the timeline in front of the scorer's table. 20 seconds to go, still Hawkins. 21 for Carbondale, 26 for the Rams. That's right, they've outscored Seedale 17-6 here in the second quarter, if my math is correct. Now down to 9, the Rams are going to make their move. Hawkins right at the circle. Looking for a crossover dribble inside. His runner's going to be partially blocked. Falls at the buzzer. Bursey with the rebound. At half court. Heaves at the buzzer. No good. And that'll be the end of the first half. The Mt.Vernon Rams 26 to Carbondale Terriers 21. This is Rams basketball, presented by Community First Bank.
What is good sports talk, really? Around these parts, it's the WMIX Saturday Sports Show. Every Saturday morning after the 8 o'clock news. With a vast assortment of interviews and knowledgeable in-studio discussion. It's the most content-driven local sports show on the radio dial. And it's every Saturday morning after the 8 o'clock news. Only on AM 940 and WMIXsports.com. Where you can listen on your computer, smartphone, or any device. It's all made possible by Crossroads Community Hospital. It's more than a hospital. It's what healthcare should be.
Hi, I'm Elaine. I've been a nurse with Good Samaritan for many, many years. One of the best things about my job is knowing that I work for a hospital that cares so much about the community. We're dedicated to attracting the best physicians and investing in the most advanced medical technologies. Whether it's radiology, oncology, or advanced heart care, we provide some of the nation's most advanced treatment options right here in Southern Illinois. That way patients never have to travel far from their families to receive the care they need. I'm always happy when families come visit. And starting in 2013, that sort of thing will happen even more. That's when Good Samaritan opens our all-new regional health center. Everything about the new center has been designed with patients in mind. It features all private rooms and family-friendly areas that make it easier for visitors to stay overnight. I can't wait to see what Good Samaritan does with this exciting new facility.
Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a hospital, raising the bar.
How does Dale's Harley-Davidson in Mt.Vernon stay the longest-running Harley dealer in Southern Illinois? How about free pickup and delivery and being the home of the $29.95 oil change? Plus, get financing as low as 1.5 APR, along with the best selection of certified pre-owned Harley-Davidsons. So now you know how Dale's Harley-Davidson stays number one. Dale's Harley-Davidson, open every day but Wednesday, just off of I-57 in Mt.Vernon. Visit dales-hd.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Hi, this is Star Reed with People's National Bank in Mt.Vernon. People's National Bank is focused on providing the best possible customer service and products to meet the needs of our customers. If you aren't receiving the products and service you deserve, maybe it's time to make a change. Change the name of your bank for the last time and make the switch to People's National Bank.
People's National Bank, proudly serving Southern Illinois since 1909. Member FDIC.
America is a nation on wheels. Everyone has at least one automobile. We use them for shopping, work, everything we do. But they can be a threat. Some accidents can't be prevented. Your professional Pekin Insurance Agency, Page Insurance on Crownview in Mt.Vernon, can help protect you from a large financial loss when an accident happens. Call Page Insurance today at 242-7000 about low-cost auto insurance from Pekin Insurance. Ask them about the many money-saving discounts that are available. Depend on your hometown professionals.
Pekin Insurance.
This is Rams basketball on WMIX. The Second Chance Auto Halftime Show starts now.
And we welcome you back to Changnon Gymnasium. We're here at the half. The Mt.Vernon Rams lead the Carbondale Terriers 26-21. The Rams used a 17-6 run in the second quarter to propel themselves on top. here at the break. For over 32 years, Second Chance Auto is proud to put families throughout the region in dependable vehicles at reasonable prices. Second Chance Auto, living and contributing to the community that they serve. Proud to sponsor the Mt.Vernon Rams. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. We'll get you a scoreboard update in just a moment. We will also get you your Heartland Accounting halftime stats here shortly as well. But right now at the half, the Mt.Vernon Rams on top of Carbondale, 26-21. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. We're on Facebook as well, and most importantly, we have a full scoreboard every night, at least when there's action, at WMIXsports.com, as well as video archives, highlights, audio archives, you name it, it's on there. If we broadcast it the past 2 school years, it is on the web at WMIXsports.com. Check it out. We'll check out for a break. This is Rams basketball from WMIX Sports.
You're looking for a great quality SUV to get you through the winter, right? Well, Second Chance Auto has never had a better selection. Find SUVs from small to medium to large. 4-wheel drive models, too. Their inventory has never been better. Cars, trucks, vans, and many priced under $10,000. Instant approval with honest deals on great vehicles. Most have a 3-month or 3,000-mile warranty. And there's bank rate financing for everyone. Make this your best year with a quality SUV from Second Chance Auto. Route 142 East in Mt.Vernon. Call 244-4582.
Do you farm or operate an agriculture-based business? Then Community First Bank is for you. Hi, I'm Steve Down, Agribusiness Lending Officer at Community First Bank. With our roots firmly planted in Jefferson County, we offer the stability, strength, and personal attention that you deserve. Community First Bank wants to be your financial partner. Customized products for both your personal and farm banking needs. Stop by any of our 5 convenient Jefferson County locations to see how we can help your business grow.
Community First Bank with locations in Mt.Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Member FDIC, equal housing.
This is Rick Pig with Community First Bank. You're listening to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back at the half. Changnon Gymnasium is your Second Chance Auto halftime show. Second Chance Auto believes in lasting relationships, and that's why generations of families have continued coming back for over 32 years. The largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in one location, most priced under $10,000. It's Second Chance Auto, proud sponsors of the Mt.Vernon Rams. With Danny Czerwinski, I'm Chris Hugo. We need to take a gander at those Heartland Accounting halftime statistics.
The Rams are 6 of 14 from two-point range, 43%, 3 of 4 from the arc. 75%. The Rams shot 50% from the field in the first half, 9 of 18. Carbondale 2 of 8 from two-point range, 25%, 2 of 7 from the arc for 29. Terriers 4 of 15 for 27%. Free throw shooting, Mt.Vernon 5 of 6, 83%. Carbondale 9 of 12 for 75% from the free throw line. Rebounding even at 9. Carbondale with 8 turnovers. Mt.Vernon with 5. The Terriers were led in scoring in the first half by Devontavious Payne, 10 points. All those in the first quarter, shut out in the second, followed by Jaron Warren with 4, and then Alan Billinger, Shamark Bursey, Deion Woolley with 2, and then Jordan Kelly had 1. The Mt.Vernon Rams were led in scoring in the first half by Trevor Floated with 9, followed by Braden Fitzgerald's 8, Michael Feaser's 7, and Shakari Hawkins 2, to give you a halftime score of Mt.Vernon 26, Carbondale 21.
26-21 here at the half. Those stats calculated by Heartland Accounting. Find them at 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B. They are your small business experts for a reason. Heartland Accounting, of course. Get started right. We need to take a break. When we come back, we'll get you a second chance here on the Second Chance Auto Halftime Show. We'll get you a State Farm scoreboard update. Here at Mt.Vernon, the Rams lead Carbondale 26-21 at the half. This is Rams basketball from WMIX Sports.
What is good sports talk, really? Around these parts, it's the WMIX Saturday Sports Show. Every Saturday morning after the 8 o'clock news. With a vast assortment of interviews and knowledgeable in-studio discussion. It's the most content-driven local sports show on the radio dial. And it's every Saturday morning after the 8 o'clock news. Only on AM 940 and WMIXsports.com. Where you can listen on your computer, smartphone, or any device. It's all made possible by Crossroads Community Hospital. It's more than a hospital. It's what healthcare should be. At Banterra, we understand that banking is a relationship. It's a friendly face that knows your name, understands your needs, supports your goals. Banterra offers a complete range of personal and business banking products with competitive rates and loans that range from small projects to multi-million-dollar opportunities. We offer conveniences such as online banking, mobile banking, and direct deposit. For a strong community bank with exceptional customer service, Banterra is a smart choice for your banking needs. Banterra Bank, a proud supporter of Southern Illinois high school sports. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Ford Square on WMIX.
And we welcome you back inside Changnon Gymnasium. Glad to have you with us, regardless of how you may be accessing us, whether it be WMIX FM, Mt.Vernon, Marion, Carbondale, a free service from Withers Broadcasting, or online at WMIXsports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside here for your Second Chance Auto halftime show. At the break, the Rams lead Carbondale 26-21, as we told you. And, of course, Second Chance Auto believes in lasting relationships, and that's why generations of families have continued coming back for over 32 years. It's the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in one location, most priced under $10,000. Second Chance Auto, proud sponsors of the Mt.Vernon Rams. We'll get started with the second half in about 3 minutes. Of course, we need to check in with a Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard update. We are going to get to that right now. Of course, we're updating on Twitter as well at WMIX Sports.
JV score, Mt.Vernon beat Carbondale 57-49 at the half. Altoff leads Centralia 28-25. Nashville over DuQuoin at the half, 27-13. Murphy over Frankfort at the half, 16-6. Massac over Heron at the half, 28-19. Carmi over Fairfield at the half, 21-19. SV leads ZR at the half, 20-14. Goreville over Christopher at the half, 23-16. Boonville, Indiana over Mount Carmel, 34-33 at the half. It is Mount Zion over Charleston, 34-30 at the half. Newton leads Lawrenceville, 39-18 at the half. It is at the half also Murphy leading West Frankfort 16-6. That is also at the half.
Those scores are presented by Tony Wilton, State Farm Insurance. And, of course, Tony is glad to help your family with all of their insurance needs. Give his office a call. Find him on the web at TonyWilt.com or look for the white State Farm Jeep around town and get you a better state with Tony Wilt and State Farm Insurance. A reminder for those of you who love history and love Mt.Vernon Township High School sports history, the Hall of Fame dinner tickets are now on sale. Tickets for the 2013 Hall of Fame dinner and induction ceremony are just $20, and you can find them at One Stop Flooring America on South 10th here in Mt.Vernon. Call 242-5712 or simply email mvthshof@yahoo.com. That's mvthshof, as in Mt.Vernon Township High School Hall of Fame, at yahoo.com. Tickets are just $20. That gala will start on February 16th here in Changnon Gymnasium, and it'll begin at 6:30. That Hall of Fame committee does a lot of hard work, and they put a lot of effort into that. They've done another great job, it would seem, with the class of 2013. 26-21, the Rams outscored Carbondale 17-6 in that second quarter, Danny, and they used that to propel themselves as halftime lead.
Yeah, now Mt.Vernon's got to play like that the rest of the way. More confidence will help out Mt.Vernon the rest of the way.
Let's see if they can hang on to that momentum as we get started with your second half of basketball. Tomorrow is the day that anything could happen. Are you ready? When you meet with Sarah Staley at Country Financial in Mt.Vernon, you get a one-on-one relationship and a plan that meets your goals. Country Financial. What's your idea of financial security? 26-21 the score. Rams start the second half with the basketball. We'll see if that momentum has creeped back out of the locker room along with the fresh five on the floor. It's Braden Fitzgerald, Jake Pike, Michael Feaser, Jaron Lydell, and Trevor Floda to start. Fitz a three. Won't get the flop foul call, but he has 3 threes on the night. He has 11. It's 29-21.
Nice to see him step up, knock shots down.
Up top, it's Steve Ontavious Payne. Sat in a lot of the second quarter. Rams will tip that out of bounds. Carbondale remains in possession of the basketball. Floda or Feaser, one of the killer F's, got a hand on it, tipped it out. Carbondale remains in possession. It'll be Bursey to trigger. Right of the circle goes to Billinger. 7:33 to play in the third quarter. Rams on top, 29-21. Into the left corner, that'll be Shamark Bursey. Steps up, throws back. Deep three on the way is no good from number 23, Beidinger. Floater with the rebound. Here come the Rams. Up 8, 29-21, 7:17 to play in the quarter. It's Pike in the right corner. They've kept him somewhat quiet tonight. Fitz with it left of the circle, trying to make that freshman beat him. He's beat him for 3 threes thus far. Right wing, Lydell, 7:06 mark of the third quarter, up 29-21. Pike will come to the circle. Nice move off the dribble, throws into the corner. Lydell had trouble, had to go back and get it. 6:56 on the third quarter clock. 29-21 is the Ram lead. Feaser off of the right sideline, steps wing, looks to the top, looks back down to the right block. Floater will come up to get it up top at 6:46 mark. Zip pass to the left, turning around on Payne is Pike trying to feed Lydell, coming baseline, stolen away. Bursey across into the front court. Pulls up inside the free throw line, and it's good. And Shamark Bursey has his first points of this half, 29-23.
Yep. Turnover was cashed in. That's a good move by Carbondale to get that done.
Right of the circle, that is Jaron Lydell. Throws left sideline, of course, for Flota. Off the arc now for Feaser. 6:17 to play in the quarter. It's 29-23. The Ram lead is 6. Back off the right wing. Flota's going to try to beat back baseline. Layup's good and a foul.
Very nice job by Trevor to get in there and get to the rim. Basket will count. And that, of course, is the first foul on Carbondale the half. That is the first one on Jerron Warren as well.
Of course, Committee First Bank says, welcome back to personal banking. Bank personally with personal bankers Bria and Debbie Ashby at the Mt.Vernon locations. Committee First Bank of the Heartland, also online at comfirstbank.net. They are your official voice of the Mt.Vernon Rams and Jefferson County Basketball Showcase, which is in action tomorrow night as the Woodlawn Cardinals travel to Heron in Memorial Gym to take on the Tigers, a team that they beat last year, an upset on paper. With 1A over the 3A. We'll see what the Woodlawn Cardinals made up this year as they travel to Williamson County tomorrow night. Flota good on the and one. And the Rams are up 32-23. That lead now 9. Left side, Devontavious Payne. Nice crossover as he goes left, steps into the double team. Gonna have to look up top and travels with the basketball. Turnover Seedale. That is at the 5:58 mark.
Slight move of the pivot foot. Good call by the officials. Crew's been perfect tonight.
By the hair of his chinny chin chin was that turnover. Yeah, they have been great. There's no doubt about that. You wouldn't have noticed them if you didn't know who they were. Right of the circle. Good dribbling that time by Lydell. He's going to scoop it over to Flota. Thought about a 3. Heads in the paint. Scoops over to Feaser into the corner now for Pike off of the right. Left-hand dribble. 5:42 mark of the third quarter. Rams up 9, 32-23. They're going to back out near the timeline. WMIX Sports Mobile Studios driven by King City Chrysler. 1603 Broadway, Mt.Vernon. Again, service appointments. Schedule them online. KingCityChrysler.com, or if you're taking a trip, find the Hertz rental agent right there on site as Flota will lean in, but that is going to be a blocking foul underneath on Carbondale. Jerron Warren will pick that up. That'll be Carbondale's second foul of the half.
Carbondale just can't quite get there. It's their third blocking foul of the night.
Difficult to ascertain. There are difficulties underneath. 5:21 to play in the third quarter. This will be a baseline trigger. Will the Rams go box set? Presumably so. Appreciate all the tongue-tied. Let's start that over. Let's hit the reset button. Appreciate all of you that keep us updated on Twitter at WMIX Sports so we can keep the rest of you updated. We're at WMIX Sports. Follow us on the Twitterverse. We're looking to get to 600 tonight. Off to the left, it's Fitzgerald's in the corner. Float a 3 left short. Rebound underneath will be to Beidinger up top. Here comes across the timeline. Good play by Payne. That's going to be a blocking foul on the Rams.
Crafty little play by Payne to get in the body of Feaser. When Payne felt he couldn't go any further, took the fall back, got the foul call.
Payne has been a major one tonight and a thorn on the side of these Mt.Vernon Rams.
But he hasn't done much since the first quarter. Got off that good start and has been silent ever since. Mt.Vernon would like to keep it that way.
If you need T-shirts, hoodies, Letterman's jackets, or any type of apparel for your school, organization, or business, see Big Dave at All Stars and Stitches, just west of Benton High School. Or call 435-5555 and find them on Facebook. You'll find a lot of great Facebook exclusive deals at All Stars and Stitches. Or if you need a banner or sign or promotional product of that sort, All Stars and Stitches takes care of us in that department, and they look fantastic. Payne at the line, shooting the first, misses that. He'll have another. 32-23. The Rams are up 9. 5:12 to play in this third quarter, and Salem's open, or Effingham's opened up a big lead on Salem.
Effingham getting a lot of momentum heading that Wednesday game against Mt.Vernon as the Uncle Briggs eyes come out from the chaos cage over there. For those of you that can remember Uncle Briggs.
I do not. Second free throw, no good. Rebound to Pike.
A lot of our listeners, I'm sure, remember Uncle Briggs on Channel 3 back in the day.
Oh, yeah, the famous.
Yep.
I know what you're talking about. Left elbow. Pike just had to refresh my memory. Looking to do something with it off his screen. Scoops out to Fitz. He's able to save it. Tips back into Pike. Pike straddles that baseline, and gives back to the right wing for Lydell. Twitter at WMIX Sports. Follow us now, please. Not that that's in order or anything, but we'll keep you up to date with scores right now during this game. Coming off of the right, it's going to be Flota down low off the wing. Good move by Flota. Great on the dribble drive. He has a pair more, and it's 34-23. Rams need to hang on to this lead and not let it get any closer. 4:30 to play in the third. Billinger throws across right wing. Payne back to Billinger. 3 on the way. No. Line drive 3 tipped away. Rebound will be tipped up top to Payne. He'll get to reset for these Dogs. Billinger's going to come around off the left, looking to work underneath. Throws back to the wing, and here comes Payne, leans in. That's a charge.
Good job by Nails.
Pike was set, and he took it. And he probably knocked up some nails after he fell to the ground.
That's that section down there that had to be beat down a little bit here about a month ago.
Looking to make a case to be a Rend Lake College player of the game. Rend Lake College can save you thousands on your college education. Log on to rlc.edu. See which of those are more than 100 degree and certificate programs. All right for you. 4:08 to go. We're near the midway point of this third quarter. The Rams up 11. It's 34-23.
Just noted something.
Good.
It's our fashion we look at.
Pike for 3 to make it 14. Good! A fashionable 3 by Jake Pike, and Jim Miller wants a timeout presented by the Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. What's your fashion statement?
Well, I noticed that Scott Gamber's, we got a 30. Scott Gamber takes his sleeves and rolls them up, inside up. Jim Miller, more of the outside kind of guy, rolls them up. He's not got them up but halfway. One run roll. Just kind of an interesting fashion statement from the coaches here, but the statement being given by Mount Vernon right now is hot shooting in the third quarter from the field. Mount Vernon right now 4 out of 5. That includes 2 out of 3 from three-point range in this quarter.
And you'll notice that both are wearing Carbondale colors as far as our head coaches are concerned. 37-23, and I know they're both black, but Scotty has more of a silverish tie on.
Yeah.
I did too earlier. I took it off and went with the blue tie for the night.
That gray look is kind of get you in trouble here tonight.
Can. We'll see what happens. They're looking inside. Kelly off the Emerald Isle. Gets the roller. It's 37-25, and they're back within a deuce.
Good look against the zone. Kelly fronted his man toward the ball. That allowed him to get a good look.
Kelly off the top. That's going to be Lydell looking off of the right wing for Feeser. Back off the left. Skip pass to Pike. 3:28 to play in the third quarter. That was a big bucket for Kelly. Wow. Carbondale's back within a dozen. 37-25. 3:19 to play. Fitz kicks out, wide open floated, looking for the dribble drive baseline, leans in, and that is going to be a charge.
It was. Carbondale hadn't got one, and that was definitely a charge. Second turnover on Mount Vernon. First foul on float of the night.
Billinger was able to get his feet set because he couldn't move backwards because there was a defender behind him. So a charge on the Rams, turnover as well. 3:13 mark of the third. It's 37-25. The Rams are up 12. Carbondale looking to go on the offensive here. It's Bursey coming off to the left. Looks back to the top. Payne off of the right wing. Billinger coming around. Kicks off. Beidinger with the basketball off elbow. Deep 3 coming up top. No good from Payne. Rebound underneath Bursey. Tipped away to Kelly. Busket's good. There's Kelly again.
You expect Kelly to be more of a force. Hasn't done a lot of that tonight.
Terriers are within 10. 37-27. 2:44 mark of the third quarter. Fitz across the timeline at the circle. Working back. Pushed by Billinger. Great defense by the Carbondale defender. Carbondale back in and out of man tonight, because that'll dip out left side.
Not a good possession by Mount Vernon.
Can't slip and fall over the place.
No,
Expect to keep
up
possession.
by 10 right now. Don't want to give any hope to this Carbondale team that can make a run back.
As Payne works inside and gets the easy layup off of the baseline.
First points for him since the first quarter.
It's back to 8. They cut it to single digits. And this is what we're used to seeing. Off to the left, it's Flota. Back into the backcourt from Pike. Carbondale has been one of those teams this year that they go on the offensive boys or girls side and they can cause you nightmares. That is what we're used to seeing, Off the left, they're looking inside for Feeser.
Dangerous pass. Feeser well covered that time.
2:04 mark of the third. It's 37-29. Carbondale down 8. Rams will have the bucket coming out of the right trigger. Saw this official coming in. Blew the whistle.
They had a little exchange going on. Nothing major.
Pike will trigger. Who will they go to? Are they looking inside? Nope, they're going to look out. Fitzgerald's with it near the timeline. 2:02 to play in the third. They're on the left side. Right-hand dribble. Fitz. Nice play to the back door from Michael Feeser. Fitz shoveled it off. Gets the assist. Rams back up 10. Feezy with a pair more. And it's going to be an inside jumper, no good from Beidinger. Rebound, Floto will fight for it. Lost to Beidinger. He'll come in left block, no good. Rebound will be Feeser. Comes all the way to the near sideline. Feeser's been huge tonight for the Rams. Lydell hurries across the timeline, 1:37. Pike for 3, it's blocked. Rebound underneath will go to Lydell. Sips it up, Fitz wide open for 3, yes! Wow. Timeout. Fitz has 4 threes on the night. He has 14. It's 42-29. The Ram lead back to a baker's dozen. With a minute 27 to play here in the quarter. This timeout's presented by the Medicine Shop. Woo! This year, go ahead.
Braden Fitzgerald's has stepped up. I mean, this is what you got to have out of a guy like him, kind of a sniper in his freshman year. Going to get a look defensively from some other teams, but a guy that will be able to knock down and snipe for some threes when the defense sags off of him.
My, oh my. Made a case to be the player of the game tonight. Of course, that timeout presented by the Medicine Shop. This year, make a resolution to support your local community and businesses like the Medicine Shop, family owned for more than 30 years. We'll get you to a scoreboard update here in just a moment. Rams, as far as the scoreboard here, up 13. 42-29. Billinger with it up top, comes left. There's a foul on a reach-in as he came up left post.
Ticky.
Yeah. Ticky. The last check, Centralia came back to take the lead.
38-36.
Over Althoff. No Marion Bokia scored, to my surprise.
That's surprising.
As the first free throw from Billinger is good. He has his first points of the half. 1:17 to play in the third quarter. It's 42-30. The Ram lead is 12. It can be cut to 11 here off of the free throw, and it's good. Both good that time for Billinger. And the inbound stolen away by Burse. He pulls up inside. Yep. Points off a turnover, so they're making the Rams pay, and it's 42-33. Carbondale picks up the pressure. Off the left, Lydell maintains the dribble, but had some trouble. Finally gets it over to Feaser. Underneath all alone is Buddha. Yes!
Defense did not rotate back. Hawkins was all alone for the layup.
Right wing, it's Bursey. 50 seconds to play in the quarter. Off of the elbow, Beidinger looks around to Payne. Off glass, no good. Rebound will be tipped to Lydell. Fights off this man across the timeline. Scoops up right side. Fitz to the bucket and draws the foul. Fitz, a great job there to just go ahead and throw up a shot. He was probably going to travel if momentum continued to carry him forward. But Fitzgerald gets himself to the line to shoot two.
Quietest 14 points I've seen all year from a player. Braden Fitzgerald's with that many right now.
Got the third foul on Elijah Beidinger as well. 39.3 seconds. 11-point ball game. It's 44-33, and the first free throw is good.
Lighten it up. He is hot right now for Mt.Vernon.
Doing a great job here for the Vernoy. Second one is en route. Nope, it's off the left iron. Rebound underneath to Kelly.
Can't make them all.
Yeah, nobody's perfect. No such thing. Off to the left is Payne. Looks up top. Shamark Bursey. Steps, has it tipped away. Float will recover underneath. Good job there on the tip by the Rams defense. 27 seconds to play in the third quarter. Right-hand dribble across the timeline. This looks like the home team. Up top, Lydell. Travels free throw line. Now it'll be off the left side for Flota. Back right of the circle now for Hawkins with 14 seconds. Feaser takes control with 12 in the corner at the timeline. Left side, Flota comes around with 8. Crossover dribble, switches left hand. Kicks in the corner to Feaser. Coming around baseline with 4. Move to the basket. Yes. Good play near the buzzer. Carbondale will not get the shot off. And we head to the fourth quarter after 3. The Mt.Vernon Rams 47. Carbondale 33. This is Rams basketball presented by Community First Bank.
You're looking for a great quality SUV to get you through the winter, right? Well, Second Chance Auto has never had a better selection. Find SUVs from small to medium to large. Four-wheel drive models, too. Their inventory has never been better. Cars, trucks, vans, and many priced under $10,000. Instant approval with honest deals on great vehicles. Most have a 3-month or 3,000-mile warranty. And there's bank rate financing for everyone. Make this your best year with a quality SUV from Second Chance Auto. Route 142 East in Mt.Vernon. Call 244-4582.
Watch Rams basketball on WMIXsports.com. Powered by Dale's Harley-Davidson.
And we welcome you back to WMIX's coverage of the Mt.Vernon Rams on WMIX FM and WMIXsports.com with streaming video. Don't forget, follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Rams basketball is presented by Community First Bank. Your community, your choice, your bank. With 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs, Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. Carbondale will start this fourth quarter with the basketball. As you look at your radio dial, Carbondale will move right to left in their away black with white numerics trimmed in silver. Inbound to Billinger. Steps to the circle, throws off to Payne on the right. Rams done a great job on Payne since that first quarter. Left wing burst. He looks over to Beidinger. 7:50 mark of the fourth. Rams on top, 47-33. Off of the far side. Nice move to the baseline. Billinger left it long. Rebound tipped away by Hawkins. Grabs it here on the near side. We're glad to have his naval cousin, Gennaro Hawkins, from the class of 2000, tuned in. Hit us up on Twitter last Saturday. Didn't get to find out who he was until after the game. We thank Gino, for tuning in. That was last week on WMIXSports.com. Who's listening this week? Hit us up on Twitter. Who's watching this week? Hit us up on Twitter at WMIX Sports. 7:20 to play in the fourth quarter. It is 47-33. Rams up 14 with the basketball in the front court in their home whites, orange trim. Hawkins a move. Left block kick out. Coming float a three on the way. Partially tipped. Rebound. Feaser fights. We have a law of verticality rule here. Looks like it's on Feaser.
Yeah, that's 4 on him. That's the tough part about that foul, if anything.
Next timeout or significant dead ball. We'll get you a Tony Wilt scoreboard update. Next dead ball or significant foul. Reverse that. Foul or significant dead ball. 7:07 to play in the fourth quarter. Rams on top by 14. Woolley with it. Steps in. Going to pick up the tic-tac foul there on Lydell. Leaned in. Waited for the defender to clear and calls a foul. Let's get a scoreboard update.
Oh, my. You threw me off. Okay. Nashville beat DuQuoin 57-40. End of one quarter. Dyer County, Tennessee leads Harrisburg 23-17.
Scoreboard updates presented by Tony Wilt of State Farm Insurance. Find that white Jeep around town. Get to a better state with State Farm agent Tony Wilt. Find him online at TonyWilt.com. Pull-up Jay coming left side is no good. Rebound underneath by Flota, falls to the ground. Bailed out by the foul on Warren. Could have gotten a travel call there, but it's going to be a foul. 6:48 mark of the fourth quarter. The Rams are up 14. Have an opportunity here. 5 fouls apiece, each team. Michael Trigger linked to the floor. 6:48 mark of the fourth quarter. Up the left side comes Pike. Left-hand dribble across the timeline. Veers off to the left sideline. 6:42 to play in the fourth quarter. It's 47-33 with the Rams on top of the right hand for Fitz. Left elbow. Pike with the basketball, trying to turn inside. Has his pocket picked by Payne. Flota comes back to get it back. Payne recovers and gets the last lap between the circles. We're in the front court. Off of the right wing. Bursty into the corner. Woolley a three try. In and out. Rebound underneath for Hawkins. Foul on Warren. That's his fourth.
Carbondale coming down and taking a lot of quick shots. And that's not what Jim Miller wants.
Pike to inbound length to the floor. 6:20 to play in the fourth. It's 47-33. Same score here for Mt.Vernon with the Rams on top. Coming left of the circle. Lydell throws over the right side, able to find Hawkins. Back to the left wing for Pike. 6:07 mark of the fourth. Rams are looking for win number 3 in the South 7. Win number 9 overall. That 9th win has been elusive. They're trying to get the 10 over the CHT. Didn't happen in 2012. Their next chance will be Wednesday night against Effingham. Lydell looking to dribble drive. Had it tipped away. Warren recovers. 5:46 to play in the fourth quarter. Carbondale down 14. Devontavious Payne with a left wing. Looking to dribble in. Kicks out Woolley. Ball fake. Steps with a right dribble into the lane. And we have a foul on a reach-in. 5 locations at Mt.Vernon, Dixina, and Woodlawn. Committee First Bank is proud to be the official voice of the Rams and the showcase. Welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC.
That's Jaron's fourth. That's not good.
He's been in there and active tonight.
Sometimes too active.
First free throw from Woolley is good. His first point since the first quarter. That cuts it to 13. 47-34. 5:36 to go in the fourth quarter at the line. Woolley shooting 2. The back in and route, and it's good. He has 4 on the night.
It's been mammoth from the line tonight.
Got it now. Hawkins across the timeline with it at the circle. Throws it into the corner. That's Jaron Lydell in front of the timeline. Looking off left, goes right to Hawkins inside the sideline. 5:30 mark of the fourth quarter. 47-35. The Rams up a dozen. Looking around off of Lydell. Throws to the top for Flota. Swung around to the right wing. Fitz looking for Hawk. Now the backdoor cut. Not going to happen for Flota. Pike up top. Finds Flota off of the wing. Looking for a ball screens from somebody. Now throws off to the left side. Pike with the basketball and 5:12 to play. Doubles back toward the baseline. Layup is no good. A foul. Top of the hour. This is WMIX FM, Mt.Vernon, Marion, Effingham. A free service from Withers Broadcasting. You might say it's a Withers Broadcasting superstation. As Pike goes to the line to shoot 2. First free throw's good. At Ren Lake College, you get a quality education and save thousands. Log on to rlc.edu to see which program is right for you. Pike's next is no good, and we are going to have a violation.
2 for 3,
anyhow.
maybe.
Oh, it's on.
Shooter. Really? It's on Mt.Vernon. All righty. Stay home. You know your own free throw shooters. That's a mental gaffe.
5:09 to play in the fourth. 48-35. The Rams lead is 13. Tomorrow is a day that anything can happen, and of course what you don't know or understand about your existing policies can end up hurting you and your family. With the right help from Country Financial agent Sarah Staley, almost any family can achieve financial security. Develop a plan that meets your goals with your Country Financial representative at Mt.Vernon, Sarah Staley. Woolley, a nice move to the bucket. Got the double pump, and it's 48-37. Woolley has 4 in the quarter. Carbondale's back with an 11. 4:48 mark of the fourth quarter. Woolley down there. I didn't see the foul here.
Carbondale's going to get another.
It's on Devontae
picks up his 4th. Like to go after him a little bit here and see if you can get him out of the game and take out 18-point average points a game for Carbondale off the floor.
It's been a quiet 4 fouls. 4:42 mark of the fourth. Flota knocks down the first. He'll get the bonus off of the 7th Carbondale team foul.
Like that.
Of course, the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios are driven by King City Chrysler, 1603 Broadway in Mt.Vernon. Go see the 2013 Dodge Dart SC or find them online at kingcitychrysler.com. Both good from Flota, 50-37. Rams up 13 here in the fourth quarter. Off the left, I did not see Shooter.
Bittinger.
A nice move by Elijah. And here come the Rams, 50-39, up 11. Hawkins with the basketball across the right sideline with an 11-point lead. Nice bounce pass to Pike, left of the circle. 4:17 mark of the fourth. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside on WMIX, WMIXsports.com. As Flota looks backdoor for Feezer. Yep. Good move by Feezy.
Those two have written that play for 110 years.
Feels that way. There's a 3 coming from the right side is no good from Carbondale. Underneath, Payne the rebound and the putback.
Big play. Never gave up on it.
Last timeout will be presented by the Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mt.Vernon. Make the resolution to support your local community and businesses like the Medicine Shop, family owned for more than 30 years. We're in the fourth quarter on the short side of the midway point. 52-41 is your score. The Rams lead Carbondale by 11. We have finals trickling in from around the area.
Let's go all finals right now to start with. We'll give you some more in the post game, obviously. It is Nashville over DuQuoin 57-40. Weber Township beat Sandelville 57-28. ZR lost to Cesar-Valera 48-30. Newton over Lawrenceville 66-41. Mt.Vernon's next opponent, Effingham, wins big tonight 71-44 against Salem.
Scoreboard updates are presented by Tony Wilt, State Farm Insurance. Tony is glad to help your family with all of their insurance needs. Give his office a call. Find him on the web at TonyWilt.com or look for the white State Farm Jeep around town. Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tony's seats are being used tonight. We'll say that.
They're in use.
Yeah, they're in use.
Don't go to waste.
A very good golfer is using his seats tonight.
3:56 to play in the fourth quarter. 52-41. Rams up 11. Out of the timeout, it'll be Ram basketball. Hawkins will trigger left of the bucket. They have Pike in the front court. They're going to have to bring him back. It's into Feezer, lost out of bounds. Turnover Mt.Vernon.
Centralia has won 57-46 over Altoff.
Good win for the Orphans.
Oh, yeah.
Very good win for the Orphans. You say 57-56?
Yep.
Close win for the Orphans. Bidinger with it up top off of the right. Works elbow, kicks over to the left elbow. Here comes a move in the lane by Bursey. He'll be fouled on the reach-in. Looks like it could be on Lydell. If so, that's number 5. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that hurts. Stings a bit. So Centralia gets a big win at home against Altoff. Marion trailing Cahokia in the third 40-16. And Massac beat Heron tonight 50-42.
And that'll
on the road.
Bursey to the line for the 1 and bonus off of the Lydell foul. Hawkins, who had just checked out, has to check back in. Free throw's good by Bursey. He'll get the bonus.
Way for Carbondale to get back in this one at the clock stop. Down 10, make free throws.
Nightmare scenario. Community First Bank of the Heartland along for the ride with 5 locations in Mount Vernon, Dix, Ina, and Woodlawn. Community First Bank is proud to be the official voice of the Rams. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC. First C misses a second. Out of the reach on the rebound. Feeser comes up with it. Nice pass to Fitzgerald in the backcourt. 3:42 to play here in the fourth. Feeser gets across the timeline. Finds Hawkins left in front of the Ram bench. Ooh. Carbondale picking up the intensity off of the pressure. Off of the right wing now. It's Feeser. Looks up top. Flota gives right back to Pike coming around from the right wing. 3:25 to play in the fourth quarter. Ram lead is now 10, 52-42. Looking to become 3-2 in the South 7. 9-7 overall. What a big win this would be for the Rams to get back to their winning ways. Still plenty of time for Carbondale to get back into this one. Off of the right, it's Hawkins from Pike. Left hand dribble to the circle. Here's off left side, deep wing. Finds Feeser. Feeser now looking for Fitz. Inside, all alone left block. Layup's good.
Very nicely done.
17 for Fitz. 2:55 to play in the fourth quarter. Up top, Shamark Bursey with the basketball. It's stolen away by Flota. Bursey reaches in. They'll fight for it at the half court. Good job by Flota to keep his feet down to avoid the over and back. Good basketball IQ. Good bucket by Buddha off with the right block to go left. It's 56-42, and Shakari Hawkins extends the Ram lead to 14. Big three from Payne, however, is good.
Yeah.
There's that.
Who's an Oz? He has 22.
And it's 56-45, and we will have a foul before the inbound. And the Rams are going back to the free throw line. That was a nice reverse layup by Shakari Hawkins.
I don't mean to mark your paper, but I'm going to.
That's fine. As long as the rest of them are somewhere.
I got them, 2 of them there.
Try to find more.
Yeah, you know.
We'll work it out.
Yeah,
Talking about our video highlights on WMIXsports.com.
Yeah.
You can also, we have a YouTube channel. You can access that from WMIXsports.com as well. In case we're sluggish to get the updates on the website, they're always on YouTube first. Fitz was at the line, shooting the one in bonus, knocked down the first.
Some of our Heron friends checking in tonight, going home from their game.
We'll have them tomorrow.
See them tomorrow night in Heron. Look forward to seeing all the people in Heron.
2:22 to play in the fourth quarter here. A former South 7 Conference foe of these Mt. Vernon Rams and Carbondale Terriers.
Shouldn't be former very much longer, in our opinions.
I hope not.
Who are we to say?
Right. Fitz's second is good.
Well, the Tebowing toga party up there. That's about the only thing Tim Tebow's got left.
You're right. Another Payne 3 is good. Ooh. Don't dare him. He'll knock him down. He has 8 in this fourth quarter. 20 on the night, as you just said. Yep. Rams get it across the timeline in a hurry. Feeser stuck inside the corner timeline. Dangerous, bad pass. Off to the right side, intended for Hawkins. It's out of bounds. Turnover Rams.
Didn't need to make that. Had it there. Somebody probably should have swung down to the wing or the corner from him. Dangerous pass. Sideline to sideline. Hubie Brown always talks about that dangerous stuff.
Ike McEakerton up top. Billinger looks off for Beidinger. Payne all alone. Long 3. Heat check. No good. Rebound underneath to Feeser. Scoops to Flota there in the backcourt with 1:56 to play in the fourth. Rams up just 10, 58-48. And we have a timeout. Scott Gamber, who is not pleased.
Yeah, that's a good timeout. Mount Vernon was a heap of trouble down here in the corner below us.
Eric Black and the staff at the Medicine Shop, proud to sponsor the Mount Vernon Rams. You'll find them at 2339 Broadway. A pharmacy, home medical equipment, and so much more. The Medicine Shop encourage you to make a resolution this year to support your local community and businesses like the Medicine Shop. Family owned for more than 30 years. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on YouTube. Find them all at WMIXsports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. As we near the 1-minute mark of this ball game here in the fourth quarter, the Rams hanging on 58-48 over the Terriers. And it was a good move, Danny, by Payne. He had come back, successive trips down the floor, and knocked down 2 threes. He tried a 22-footer that time. Doesn't fall. Rams got the rebound, and here they go.
Yeah, Rams got the board and up 10. Now Mount Vernon will have a timeout. And after this, we'll have to get the ball and everything else. I mean, this is the case of Mount Vernon having to do the right things, having to do those little things to come out with a victory here tonight.
The all-new 2013 Ford Fusion, a remarkable automobile, totally redesigned. Check them out at Ford Square or log on to fordsquare.com. We're in the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Ford Square tonight from Changnon Gym. Out of the timeout with a 52 to go here in the fourth. We're going to have a quick foul on Woolley. That'll send Pike to the line. Just got it back out of the inbound, and he's going to go to the line, I believe, to shoot two. It should be double bonus time.
Should be two the rest of the way. And Mt.Vernon 150 away, getting the win, get to 9-7 overall, and some momentum going into a very tough game on Wednesday night at the Salem Invitational Tournament, of course, versus Effingham.
Keeping that goose egg in the loss column here at home is also what they're trying to do. As Pike to the line to shoot two. The lefty squares up, and the first one's good.
Nails knocks it down. Good win. Mt.Vernon, I think, started out a little tight tonight, a little nervous. Worked their way back into this one.
Pike's second is good. His first was already good. He makes both. It's 60-48. Rams by 12, a minute 48 to play. Bidinger coming off of the far side, works off of the block, leans in on a fade jumper, no good. Rebound by Flota underneath, and that'll be a quick foul. Take your pick of Woolley or Bidinger. And in the line will go T. Flo to shoot two. If the Rams can keep making them, they're going to win this one.
Another quiet, consistent game.
We'll have in your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac post-game show our Inlake College Player of the Game. We'll have your Heartland Accounting post-game stats and so much more. We hope you'll stay tuned. We'll try to talk with Scott Gamber after the game. I think we have a pretty good shot at that tonight, I think. With a minute 39 to go in the fourth. Flotus is the line shooting the back end of his two-shot selection, and here it comes. Second one no good. Left post short, rebound to Bursey, and here come the Terriers with 98 seconds. Up the right side, Woolley. Throws back to the top for Bursey. Now off to the left, it's Payne with a left-hand dribble. Minute 30 to play in the fourth. Here come the Rams. Three on the way. Billinger is short. Rebound underneath the Hawkins. And we'll have a quick foul on Woolley. And if that's on Woolley, he's done for the night.
Woolley fouls out with 6 points, looks like.
So the Rams will go back to the line to shoot two more. Minute 24 remains. 60-48, and the Rams will improve to 9-7. 3-2 in the South. 7. Carbondale will fall to an NFL like 10-6. 1-4 in the conference. Conference race is really interesting. You have a trio of teams, I believe, with 2 losses. You have the Comanches with just the 1 loss at 4-1.
It's a muddled mess right now. Koki, though, back on the wheel there after night beat Marion badly at home. Depending on the time of year, by the time we get there, it might be 952 degrees in there.
Yep. Hot. Second one's in round. Buda misses both. Rebound to Feaser, though. Right block, looks to the left baseline, able to find Pike, clears it out with a minute 20. Rams are up 12 at 60-48 off the left. Pike skipped past to Buda. In the corner, Fitzgerald's back to Hawkins off of the right wing. Fitzgerald's, Hawkins, Pike. It's stolen away into the backcourt. It's tipped away. Pike recovers. Payne will bump in. A little duck and cover here coming across the timeline. Good play by Pike across to Flota. And now you kind of have to call the foul.
Well, that was kind of a heads-up play by Crafty Sr. to kind of let Bursey run into him. That's what Flota did there, and Flota gets back to the line.
That'll be Bursey's second. Flota to shoot two at the 1 minute mark of this fourth quarter. Rams taking on to a 12-point lead, 60-48. Flota's first is on the way. It's no good. He'll have a second coming. Rams basketball course presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. If you need a residential loan, see my friends Rick Pigg, Joanne Joy, Ramona Flanagan, or Jim Davis at Community First Bank of the Heartland. 5 locations in Jefferson County. Neither free throw will drop. Rebound to the Terriers with 55 seconds into the front court. It's Payne. Off of the screen. Left wing 3 on the way. It's no good. Rebound off the backboard to Kelly. Throws back. Payne 3 on the way. Good. Oof. He's been big in this fourth quarter, but they've dared him. Fitz with it off the left. Pike with it down central, still in the backcourt. Gets it across to Flota all alone. He's going to go ahead for the left-hand layup, and that puts the Rams back up 11, 62-51.
That will do it.
27 seconds left. Bursey giving it all out. Turnaround, kick out will come to Bidinger. They weren't ready for it. Deep 3 is good.
Where was this long ago?
So a garbage 3 off of the right wing, and we'll have another Carbondale foul to delay the inevitable. We await the final score, but the Rams will improve to 9-7, 3-2 in the South 7 Conference. I believe Centralia should be 3-2. Hokie would be 4-1. Carbondale would be 1-4. Marion 2-3, I believe. No, they're 1-4. They beat the Rams. It all checks out in the wash somewhere as Florida makes the first free throw. All buffs out. 17 seconds left to go in the fourth. The Rams on top by 9 at 63-54. Florida looks to make it 10. Yep. Rattled the iron, but finally dropped. And with 17 seconds, here comes Payne across the timeline left. To Beidinger, 3 on the way, no good. Fitz with the rebound. Will they call it off? They will. Across the timeline, Fitzgerald's looking to dribble some time off the clock. Had it picked backside by Beidinger, and with good measure, they will give it to the Rams, even though a hand from Fitz may have gotten on it. In the backcourt, they will trigger with 3. With 2, and the Rams are going to win it here tonight at Changnon. Home floor is kind again. Home sweet home here in Changnon Gymnasium as the Rams beat Carbondale 64-54. We'll tell you all about it in the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show coming up. We'll take a break. This is Rams basketball from WMIX Sports.
I know you've heard about mortgage rates being all-time lows, but have you done anything about it yet? Hi, I'm Rick Pigg, mortgage lender at Community First Bank. There's never been a better time at buying a home or refinancing an existing mortgage. The sooner you act, the more you save, and we'll be there to help you through every step of the way. For more information, visit us at comfirstbank.net or stop by one of our 5 locations.
Community First Bank with locations in Mt.Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
How does Dale's Harley-Davidson in Mt.Vernon stay the longest-running Harley dealer in Southern Illinois? How about free pickup and delivery and being the home of the $29.95 oil change? Plus, get financing as low as 1.5 APR, along with the best selection of certified pre-owned Harley-Davidsons. So now you know how Dale's Harley-Davidson stays number 1. Dale's Harley-Davidson, open every day but Wednesday, just off of I-57 in Mt.Vernon. Visit dales-hd.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Hi, this is Nina Reitnauer, Relationship Banker with People's National Bank in Mt.Vernon. People's National Bank has the best of both worlds. We are a locally family-owned bank that can offer you the big bank products and services. Products like free checking, online banking, bill pay, and mobile banking. We have the products and services to meet the needs of your personal and family life in today's world. Stop by any People's National Bank branch and ask about any one of our great products.
People's National Bank, serving Southern Illinois since 1909. Member FDIC.
The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois welcomes Dr. Beth Conrarty to their medical staff. Dr. Conrarty specializes in comprehensive pain management using a multidisciplinary team approach by working with other specialists for optimal diagnosis and treatment of pain. Dr. Conrarty will treat most conditions of the spine, including management of cancer pain. Dr. Beth Conrarty, helping to make life better day after day at the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois in Mt.Vernon. Call 618-242-3778.
Learn to live healthy, learn to live well, and learn how you can live free from unexpected medical expense with a major medical expense policy from Pekin Insurance and the Page Agency. Health insurance that covers hospital, medical, and surgical expenses offers a wide choice of deductibles and a non-tobacco user discount, too. Rising medical costs don't have to be a problem with a major medical expense policy from Pekin Insurance. This is coverage we hope you'll never need, but you just can't be without. Call the Page Agency at 242-7000 about a major medical health insurance plan today.
What is good sports talk, really? Around these parts, it's the WMIX Saturday Sports Show. Every Saturday morning after the 8 o'clock news. With a vast assortment of interviews and knowledgeable in-studio discussion. It's the most content-driven local sports show on the radio dial. And it's every Saturday morning after the 8 o'clock news. Only on AM 940 and WMIXsports.com. Where you can listen on your computer, smartphone, or any device. It's all made possible by Crossroads Community Hospital. It's more than a hospital. It's what healthcare should be. This is Rams basketball on WMIX. The Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show starts now.
And we welcome you back. Changnon Gymnasium. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski, your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. And the Rams beat the Carbondale Terriers to remain undefeated here at home, 64-54. Rams improved to 9-7. They are 3-2 in a jumbled, tangled heap that is the South 7 Conference in terms of conference standings. Carbondale falls to 1-4 in the South 7. They are 10-6 overall. Scott Gamber joins us now on the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. Scotty, big win. Return home. Get a win on the home floor. We remain undefeated.
Yeah, that was nice. It was really nice to get back to home today. It was nice to shoot the ball well for a change. We haven't shot it well, seems like, for 6 or 7 games. Pretty much since the Cairo game here, we've not shot the ball well. Made some shots there in that second quarter. That first quarter was a struggle. I thought we were very fortunate to only be down what we were at the end of the first quarter. They hit a couple threes. We just didn't seem like we were in a flow. And, man, we got some big stops there to start the second quarter. But our big thing was offensively, we hit a couple perimeter shots. We got to the rim and really gained a lot of confidence there when we needed it most. And I thought the second and third quarter was as good as we've played this year. Fourth quarter, we did a decent job. Few turnovers that we didn't need to make, and then 6 straight free throws missed. Got me scared to death over there on the sideline. But luckily, we were up 12-13 when it happened. Told them at the end in the locker room, if that's 5 or 6, who knows what happens as far as the outcome.
Did the first quarter to you seem like a little tightness from your team as far as coming out and kind of understanding the significance? Not a end-all game, but like, hey, could you really use this one?
Right. I think we struggled guarding them man-to-man. They got to the rim a lot. We went 2-3 to start the second quarter. I thought that really helped us keep them from getting to the rim, making them make perimeter shots. Luckily they missed some. It was really big there in the second quarter. Both 11 and 23 had 2 fouls and had to sit. And that really helped our zone because then we don't have to find as many shooters. We can pack it in a lot more. I thought we're not a zone team, but we've really been working on it the last few weeks, and I thought it won us the game tonight.
I'd like to talk a couple players. The quietest 39 points I've ever seen out of Trevor Floda and Braden Fitzgerald. Just kind of, here it is, 39 when you look at it.
I thought Braden made some huge shots there. Hit some threes that really loosened their defense. Couple off of a nice read on our Wildcat set. He made a nice read off of it, popped instead of continued. And that was big. Trevor did a really nice job today getting to the basket. Finishing when he got there. He got a rebound and scored. He made free throws early. Missed those at the end. He would have had a huge game tonight if he'd have made the free throws at the end. But, yeah, those two guys played great. I thought Jake's three that he made right from the top of the key there was enormous because they were making a little bit of a run. We had given up 2 back-to-back baskets. He hit that 3, and it really got us back up 12, 13 points, and that was huge.
Well, and just a huge game overall. And I think, with the nightmares that have happened over the past 5 games?
5, yeah.
Marion headed into Centralia and then the T-Town game. Did you kind of feel like you needed to get back home to the friendly confines before going into the Salem tournament, maybe try to get a win and go with some momentum?
I think that helped a ton. I thought that was huge to get back here and to play well. And not with the exception of maybe Marion and Oaklawn, I feel that the thing that's been tough for me is I feel like we've played really well. I thought we played one of our best games of the year against Alton. We just didn't finish it out in the fourth quarter. I thought we played really well against T-Town. We just didn't finish it out. So I thought our guys have played great. They just not finished it and don't have anything to show for it. So I thought it was nice tonight, offensively to play well, defensively to play good enough. And like you said, the jumbled up conference, we lose tonight and go to 2 and 3, you're pretty much out of any chance. At least getting to 3 and 2 gives you a shot. You've still got to go on the road and win a couple games. We've got to find a way to win our other 2 home games in the league, and then steal 1 or 2 on the road. And who knows? I mean, I still think anybody can beat anybody on any given night.
And speaking of beating anybody on any given night and talking about that Salem tournament, any surprises, or was it more of a delaying of the inedible once those pairings were finally released?
For me, it was. If I would have been pairing it, I would have paired it exactly like they did. I didn't see any way around those pairings. And, at 8 and 7, we deserve to play Effingham, and Effingham's a really, really good team, and we're going to have our hands full. But it's a game that, like almost all of our games this year, I think it's a game that we can win, but it's definitely a game we can lose. And I hope tonight helps us. I know it's going to help practice tomorrow. Our guys have done so good at following up tough losses with great weeks of practice. This group is the best practice group I've had in a while. But it's sure going to be easier to come to tomorrow at 11 a.m. off of a win than it would have been if we'd have lost one tonight.
Salem seems to be Mt.Vernon's second home. Does that kind of help things?
I think so. Our kids like playing at Salem. We obviously laid an egg in the first game there last year, but we played well there. Seems like we've played well there every year except for the first game last year. So, I'm excited about it. It seems like you're really on the home stretch when you get to Salem, and you got to really enjoy the games and practices because there's not too many left. And that's what our seniors have to realize is that this is the last for them. There's not many of these left.
Of course, Scott will say so tomorrow for the Saturday Sports Show. Of course, we'll have our WMIX Sports Question of the Week as well. I can assure you it will not be if you can only eat one restaurant a year. Which one would it be?
That was hammered before the game of JV contest.
There's a lot going there.
See, I still haven't, I don't know, this drug out too long already, but I still haven't quite pegged. I got 3 or 4 choices
I know.
That. If you had to eat in one place for a year,
I told you my food option until I realized it was a year and not a month.
Yeah.
A year.
A month would be easier.
Yeah.
Right.
I could do pizza for an entire month. A year might be a little trouble, but
yeah.
We'll save that for some discussion, of course, over the length of time that we spend together the rest of this basketball season. Scott, congratulations, big win.
Thank you very much.
Mt.Vernon Rams win tonight here at home over Carbondale, 64-54. We'll get you a complete scoreboard update in just a moment. In case you want a sneak peek, follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports, or look tonight at out of the woodwork on the Twitterverse.
Out of the woodwork.
Oh, my. Anyhow, we need to take a break. We'll come back on your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. Check in with your Heartland Accounting postgame stats. This is Rams basketball presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
Yep.
I'm meteorologist Dave Bowers. We'll look at your next rad weather. It'll be cloudy up tonight, breezy and unseasonably mild, a low of 49. And then a cloudy, warm day tomorrow with some rain in the afternoon, a high of 58. Tomorrow night, overcast, turning colder, rain, including some hard downpours. Low about 31. So Sunday, we'll have some rain and freezing rain early. Otherwise cloudy and much colder with a high temperature only 35. Next rad weather from WMIX, Mt.Vernon, Illinois.
The all-new 2013 Dodge Dart expresses an impressive level of visual drama. Hi, Roy Schmidt, Dodge dealer at King City Chrysler Center in Mount Vernon. Inside and out, the Dart is the most advanced car in its class. Outside, clean lines from nose to tail form its curvaceous silhouette. The unmistakable split crosshair grille accentuates its low, wide stance. And the available full-width, racetrack-style LED tail lamps make an aggressive statement. Inside, Dart includes a number of available class-exclusive features, including dual temperature control, ambient lighting, refined soft-touch surfaces, and a 7-inch thin-film transistor premium cluster display. Come see the all-new Dart SE at King City Chrysler or browse our inventory online at kingcitychrysler.com. There is something for everyone here at King City Chrysler Center at 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon, and find us on Facebook.
Back to Rams basketball, powered by Community First Bank.
And we welcome you back inside Changnon Gymnasium. 64-54 is your final here on your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. Who won? The Mt.Vernon Rams. They remain undefeated at home. Now 9-7 on the year, 3-2 in the South 7 Conference. Carbondale drops to 10-6. They are now 1-4 in the South 7. Chris Hugo, Danny Czerwinski alongside. A lot of background noise as well. Jeff Crow still in the crow's nest, hanging on with the video on WMIXsports.com. Reese Barnfield and Holly Carroll are back at the studios here in Mt.Vernon. It was a great game tonight for the Mt.Vernon Rams. We'll see just how great it was in your Heartland Accounting postgame stats. Let us remind you, of course, get started right and let Heartland Accounting help make your business a success. Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B. That's B as in boy, your small business expert.
Stats include Mt.Vernon 15 of 23 from two-point range, 65%, hit 6 of 10 threes for 60. The Rams 21 of 33 from the field in the game for 64%. Carbondale 10 of 22 from two-point range, 45%, 6 of 19 from the arc for 32. Terriers go 16 of 41 in the game from the field for 39%. Mt.Vernon was 16 of 23 free throw-wise, 70%. 14 of 20 for Carbondale, 70% as well. Rebounding went to Mt.Vernon, 23-20. And then Mt.Vernon had 13 turnovers to Carbondale's 10. The Terriers led in scoring tonight by Devontavious Payne, 23 points. Shamark Bursey had 7, followed by Deion Woolley with 6. Elijah Bidinger with 5. Jordan Kelly 5. Alan Billinger 4. Jerron Warren 4 for the Terriers. The Mt.Vernon Rams had 5 players scoring the game. Trevor Floto led the way with 20. Braden Fitzgerald's 19. Michael Feeser 13. And Shikari Hawkins 6. Jake Pike 6. Mt.Vernon wins tonight over Carbondale 64-54.
Those are your Heartland Accounting post-game stats or your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac post-game show. We're going to take a break, come back, get you one more scoreboard update, caught up on some of the finals from around the area, and we will also bring you our Rend Lake College player of the game. We'll take a quick break, come back. This is your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac post-game show from WMIX Sports.
The Medicine Shop Pharmacy offers convenience and great service, all for the same cost. Our pharmacy staff is so helpful. They're always ready to answer any questions you may have. You'll never wait hours for your prescription. We'll get you in and out in just minutes. Or, for added convenience, use one of our 2 drive-through windows. For those folks who prefer to stay home, our delivery service will bring the medications to your front door or your workplace. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Black to tell you more.
Home delivery does make us stand out from the crowd. Independents like the Medicine Shop offer home delivery. People find that so convenient, and not just seniors, but also busy professionals. Delivery to work or to their home once they get home in the evenings is just a service that sets us apart from our competition, absolutely.
It's so easy to transfer your prescriptions. All it takes is a phone call from you, and we'll take care of the rest. The Medicine Shop Pharmacy accepts Medco, TRICARE, Express Scripts, and many other 90-day plans. The Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mt.Vernon.
How does Dale's Harley-Davidson in Mt.Vernon stay the longest-running Harley dealer in Southern Illinois? How about free pickup and delivery and being the home of the $29.95 oil change? Plus, get financing as low as 1.5 APR, along with the best selection of certified pre-owned Harley-Davidsons. So now you know how Dale's Harley-Davidson stays #1. Dale's Harley-Davidson, open every day but Wednesday, just off of I-57 in Mt.Vernon. Visit dales-hd.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Daily schedules, scores, video, and more. Log on to WMIXsports.com. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
WMIXsports.com. I got lost in that for about 2 hours today, I think. Probably shouldn't have said that. But hey, since I work on it, maybe that counts as work. WMIXsports.com. You'll find all sorts of great local sports material, as well as scores, video highlights, archive broadcasts. You name it, it's on there. And if you want to know where we're going to be over the coming weeks, find our broadcast schedule at WMIXsports.com, and there is a mobile site for pretty well any device. Check it out, WMIXsports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside, here for your second chance. How about Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac post-game show? Wow, rubbing off on each other.
Well, we have lots of finals. Let's go through those first.
Let me get ours out first. I don't know that I said ours. 64-54, Mt.Vernon beats Carbondale. Now we can go.
Marion was trailing Colquitt to the end of 3 quarters, 40-16. Centralia at home beat Altop 57-56. At the half, Pinckneyville leads Sparta 17-11. They had a double overtime JV contest, which is why they're halfway through. Nashville over DuQuoin 57-40. It was Murfreesboro beating Frankfort tonight 34-28. Massac County beat Heron 50-42. Harrisburg losing at the half 23-17 to Dyer County, Tennessee. Fairfield beat Carmine tonight 53-40. Weber Township beat Sandoval 57-28. Cesar-Valera beat ZR 48-30. Goreville over Christopher 57-49. Boonville, Indiana beat Mount Carmel 72-63. Mount Zion beat Charleston 69-57. It was Newton over Lawrenceville 66-41. Effingham, the Rams' next opponent, beat Salem 71-44. Robinson beat Marshall 56-52. Belleville West over Collinsville 63-49. And Stu Strauss beat Cowden Herrick 56-40.
Nice. Battle between two schools that are talking permanent athletic co-ops with, of course, their other schools. Cowden Herrick talking about one with Beecher City. Stu Strauss, of course, talking about one with Windsor, which would be rather interesting in terms of the National Trail Conference. That said, that scoreboard update presented by Tony Wilton, State Farm Insurance. And, of course, your final here tonight, the Mt.Vernon Rams 64, Carbondale 54. Let's see. What else do we have to do here on your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show? It is your Rend Lake College player of the game, and it's tough. 2 players tonight combined for 39 points. You had Feeser. They combined, 3 guys combined for 52. And I don't know. I just thought Braden Fitzgerald was at the right place, right time the entire night.
I've got to look at that being the case, is that Braden Fitzgerald knocked down a bunch of shots. Not a bunch of shots, but how about a bunch of big shots? And I think opened up that defense for Carbondale. Had to come out and worry about him which opened up things inside for like Flota and wherever else.
Opening it up indeed, and with 19 points tonight, Braden Fitzgerald is your Ren Lake College Player of the Game. Log on to rlc.edu, see how you can save thousands of dollars on your collegiate education, and find out which of the more than 100 degree and certificate programs is right for you. You can follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. We'll get a scoreboard up tonight on WMIXsports.com. We have a loaded Saturday sports show for you tomorrow morning. I believe our guest list is finalized. You can look for that later on Facebook. For Danny Czerwinski, for Jeff Crow, for everyone at Withers Broadcasting, especially back at our studio, Reese Barnfield and Holly Carroll, I'm Chris Hugo reminding you of your final score. The Mt.Vernon Rams 64, the Carbondale Terriers 54. So long from Changnon.